pretty good price right now. It's pretty much town price, right? 6 gold pieces.
Okay, well, I'll look at it.
Maybe think about it. Maybe buy
I'm
it.
gonna personally pass.
Okay.
Personally pass on
Passes
it.
one up.
However, what about just regular masterwork sets?
Well, masterwork is one of the hardest to acquire, right? Heavy set, you could buy that way cheaper. The masterwork stuff makes it so much more expensive.
But your movement might become bugged.
Heavy set might.
What I did want to recommend you, Jerry, is masterwork versions of your light armor, like your gamson, right? It's way more cheaper and way more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look at that. How much would that run me?
All right, so you already own a heavy
now,
gamson.
does my charisma still stay with him?
If you're trying to okay, so you can either, if you don't negotiate, you're gonna get base price, okay? But if you do negotiate, you can get better or worse, right? Okay. So yeah, if you don't negotiate, you'll get the standard. But if you do,
Lamlar's more
then,
than house.
all right. In that case, you want a heavy, or yeah, you want a heavy master or gamson, right? You're gonna sell your old one first of all, or trade it in, which is worth half. So the idea is you're selling this one, and you get 5 for it then, right? Because you want a heavy masterwork one. So you get 5 back, you can jump up to 228. But then the heavy masterwork one.
So it cost me 100.
No.
No, this is way cheaper.
The heavy masterwork one. So a normal one costs 5. A heavy one costs 10, and times 10. Yeah, you're actually right. It's 100. So 100 coppers is the price. So 128. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Heavy masterwork gamson. And the nice part about this is the same bonus as your old one, but it's half the weight now, right? So instead of 20 pounds of weight, it's 10 pounds of weight on you.
What's his?
Same armor bonus, of course, as heavy. Just the weight is different, allowing him to wear even more things, right? So or
He's
not
at
be
50 right now, just as armor.
Right. Would you like to do the same thing for your helmet or your shield?
Yes, I would love to do it for my helmet.
Okay, beautifully crafted helmet.
How much would that cost me?
We'll sell your old one just for the same price.
Well, what kind of helmet? What kind of helmets are available?
There's only 3 types.
Modifiers.
Yeah, it could be any style of helmet, but there's different coverage, right? Light helmets only cover your head. Normal helmets cover your head and either your face or neck. And then, of course, heavy helmets are full helmets, like great helmets, like any helmet that covers your face, your head, and your neck, right? So full visored. You already have that. Heavy helmet is a full helm, right? So any kind of full helm you want that covers your head, neck, and face, right? But the masterwork would just be masterly crafted, right? The best materials, the best craftsman or craftsmanship ever.
Yes,
right?
I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
Okay, so we'll sell your old one. It costs, it gives you 5, right? You jump to 133. You spend 100, affording yourself a masterly crafted one, right? Masterwork. MWK masterwork.
That was expensive, bro. That was so expensive. I don't know if that was such a good idea.
No, because you need the AC.
Now you're lightweight.
Speed, both,
right. Now I've got movement.
Yeah, I am lightweight, but now I don't have enough for any more grenades.
That's why I bought.
I can buy one more grenade.
I have a mule full. I have a mule full of grenades. It's not.
Oh,
that's
you do?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's why I bought all that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna bank the rest.
Yeah.
I think.
Good. You're good right now.
I'm gonna bank the rest.
But well, hold on. Let's do some math real quick before we move on.
Are you sure you want to? Okay, so if you bank the rest, it's secured fund, but then it's tax 10% for.
Actually, no. I'll give the rest. I'll give the rest back to Mitch. The rest back to Mitch.
Okay.
I guess that's your compensation.
I think what he was about to say was if you bank it, there's fees and shit.
Yeah. There are fees.
Anyway, just give it to me. I need to look at his gear real quick.
Okay.
I want to check something for him. With the stuff he did.
I'm gonna draw something on my iPad.
Alright, so Masterwork Heavy Helmet, which is gonna be 10 pounds. Next 10 pounds, strap heavy shit, 20 pounds, that's 40 pounds. What's light fitment? Is that 40 or 30?
Light fitment can only carry up to 40, yeah.
40? So you're gonna have to push heavy shield. Minus 1 AC, so that's 2, 4, because it's 2 for every heavy light armor, right? So 2 for the helmet, 2 for the gambeson.
Bonus
and then,
wise, yeah.
So, what would he be? So he's actually at 9 right now.
Mm-mm. He's at
What is
armor
he
class
at?
4, or let's see, 2, 2, right? Okay, he's at armor class
2, 2,
5
2, and
actually.
he's-
Armor class 5/3, 3 if he has the shield equipped.
Okay. Um, but he's still medium footman then. I mean, obviously we have to change some stuff.
What's your favorite animal, Mitch?
My favorite animal?
Yeah.
Women.
I'm just curious.
I said women.
Women? Okay.
But, no, my favorite animal, I guess, would be, I just keep thinking monkey. Maybe no. No, actually, that's not true. Bald eagle. There you go. Draft heavy.
There you
shield.
go, yeah.
There you go. I'm trying to think here. Short sword. This doesn't make sense. Can I buy him? What's the longest range one-handed sword?
A bastard sword.
Long sword?
It's
Bastard
one
sword.
and a half handed sword.
Hand and a half sword,
Yep.
basically?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Give him that. I'm taking his short sword from him.
Is that fine with you, Jerry?
What were you taking?
I'm taking your short sword and I'm giving you a bastard sword, which is a hand and a half sword. It can be used with advantage, or
Okay.
something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
With two
Perfect.
hands, with your shield, it can be used as well. It has a longer range. I'm gonna take
Yeah.
all your extra weapons and stuff. So you're gonna have that, and then
Well, I want to keep my
your sling and stuff. Yeah. And then I think if you
He doesn't own a
Maybe, yeah.
sheath for a short sword yet, so you'll have to buy one, right? He was carrying it.
well, the bastard sword would be,
But you'll get him that bastard sword. Let's see.
yeah, I mean, if we're gonna throw the short sword in the fucking howl or something.
Are you taking the short sword, or are you into Michelito, or are you putting it
No,
in the
we're
animal?
selling it to the
Oh,
trader.
sell it. Okay. Yeah, it's worth 2 coppers sold. All right, we'll do that. Who's taking the money for that?
Huh? Just
Sit.
give it to me right now.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
Sold it quickly. Bought the bastard sword, which cost 10 plus 1 for the scabbard, 11 total. So you went from 171 to 160. All right, what's next?
And then let's go ahead and see if I'm thinking about
You
his
have a
weight
lot
right
of banks. You have a lot of banks. You could buy the same armor.
now. I have better stuff. I bought a really good set of armor when someone else bought it for me when I started.
Would you like a better set of armor?
Yeah.
The best one, of course, is plate, weight-wise.
Yeah, but
It's still a good
the
set,
same
though.
weight.
So Burgundy is 40 pounds, plate is 30 pounds. They have the same bonus.
Yeah. It wouldn't really.
It wouldn't really matter because it weighs 20 pounds on you, though, because you're a fighter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, if I drop it to 30 to 50.
yeah,
Um.
extra 5 pounds of gear.
Add 2.
It's not a huge difference, but it could make a difference, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep track of my encumbrance right now, which is at.
I could check it real quick. Let's see. 10, 20,
I mean, we're both
30,
medium, so I guess if we're both medium,
50.
that's
56, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess that's 61, 62, 63, 64, 66. Alright,
fine. Well, that's
yep,
the mule
66
after
on
that.
you, and then the money, if you're carrying that money on you,
Mhm.
which is 2 pounds worth of money. So you're at 68, which is still good, alright, as long as you're below 80, you're medium footman.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to do some crazy shit with money to get me under medium, and you're at medium right now.
Basically, if you switch
Yeah.
to plate, though, it just would go down by just 5, 63 pounds. So
It wouldn't matter to me. And plate is expensive as shit, so
It is.
it is 5 or 50 silver pieces. Alright, we're both medium. I can't get us under light, so.
Yeah, it's okay.
But we've got more range, we've got decent armor, so.
Right. Best people for the scouting jobs or light footmen are the recruits, right? So, if you're, an older kind of guy, you're gonna probably be in the reserves or like footmen, right? Marching a bit further back behind the scouts, right? Scouts will be equipped lightly, first to push, first to most likely die, right? But that's why it's best to give that job to the new guys, if there are any new guys, earn their place in the standard ranks, right? Let's see.
Crazy.
All right, so your crew is very small today, so you're gonna have a very specialized job today, most likely. Is that all the prep we've got though for the two of you?
Jerry, did you want to take on the
Can I give some of my stuff to the pack mule, my medicine and all that?
Well,
Sure.
you can, but I was going to say, do you want to bring on that retainer that got medicated?
Yeah. Can I also do that? Do I have enough?
And then you can just give him your shit.
I don't have any more copper.
He has no more
I don't
money.
Oh,
have
yeah.
to
Here,
recruit him,
take 40 copper from me.
We don't have to
Yeah.
recruit him though.
Yeah, well, you got to pay him 10 for the day. Here's 40. So
Yeah, you've got to insure him. You've got to pay for his daily wage as well. So
That's
Mhm.
easy.
okay,
So
so
food and everything else we need. So.
you give him you said 40, right? You're at 120.
Mhm.
You want to bank that 120?
Yep.
Okay, you're at 148 or 248 in the bank. He gets 40.
We'll fight the bandit leader.
We'll spend 10 on, of course, insuring the guy who's already been hired into your crew before. You give him his job back, right? Despite what he did last time, you're giving him a second chance to work and make some money, right? He was paid his wages, but didn't get any share of the spoils. Alright, so 30 then, since we just spent 10. And if he finishes the day's work, you can give him his daily wage of 10, or if he dies, his family that will receive the daily wage. If he has one, right? So, he's next of kin. Listed, right? Okay, anyway though, more importantly, we gotta get that guy's sheet on the board. You're gonna hire him.
I'd like to bank the rest of my copper.
You're gonna bank the rest? Well, you still gotta pay him out at some point, so you have to keep some on you.
I'll pay him right now, and then.
You pay him ahead of
Is that possible?
You could, I guess. It's kind of risky though, right?
Okay, no, I'll just keep 10 on me. Fine.
Imagine he
If
runs away
if
again.
he ran away, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck, sleep him and kill him.
At that point, it might be justified, right? Still, it's kind of risky.
We sleep him and then fucking use him for bait in the dungeon.
Alright. There you go. So stage, his old character's back. Alright, as an NPC, he no longer belongs to stage because that player left. He now belongs to House Jerry. Enlisted under Jerry. So Jerry's an
You can
NPC.
carry all your shit, dog.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
He did receive wages from last week, though, despite him being a coward, right? He received his standard wage of 20, right? Which was 10 for the daily wage and 10 for his hazard pay, and then he was fired, right? But you guys rehired him into your own personal ranks as a retainer just now. Let's see. So you've hired him into your crew. He's got some gear already, which is good. You did have to insure the old gear, which was 10 extra coppers, which you already did. And you were thinking about paying him an extra 10 right now, so you don't have to pay him later, but you didn't. Instead, you're gonna bank 20, and then keep 10 on you for paying him later.
Yep.
So notes, banks, copper, pieces. The nice part about this money, even though it's got protection fee on it, no matter where you are, you're able to turn in your banknotes and receive payment. So your next of kin can pick up his money, right? Let's see. But yeah, copper pieces, 20 in the bank. Right? Technically 18. Right.
What's the job, boss?
Almost there. We can't take the job until we're fully prepared. There's Jerry's turn to prepare now. So even though you just hired him, he also has the prep, right? He has got 20 coppers on him. He just received 10 just now for insurance, and he's gonna let's see if he can afford anything to help him. help himself. All right, he's pretty much ready to go. He's just gonna bank that and have that ready for his next of kin. We'll see. Alright.
He's really convinced he's gonna die.
Also, I forgot to roll his reaction to the offer, job offer. Alright, he accepted, clearly. It would be positive in favor, so bonuses to the 8, so probably bring it up to 10, most likely. Plus your
Damn, I'm always
charisma
hyped.
bonuses. So yeah,
He's coming back.
he actually joins in motivated. You're a very good leader. He really
He's
appreciates
like, I'm not
the
going to
job.
do the same shit this time, guys. I
Right,
promise.
so, yeah,
Changed.
Oh, does my charisma affect that?
yeah, it did. Right, so he's
Let's say that. Yeah. We didn't forget.
he's got morale right now.
You're just so stoked to have this, like, big buff.
He's so
Elf.
stoked to have another fucking chance. I'm just gonna gut him back there.
Bro,
I was
the
hoping,
craziest thing
hoping,
is, like,
dude, everybody was such pussies about it. I would have shoved him out of the way and started shooting a bow. Like,
the craziest part is that, like, the dude that's known for running away was, like, got the dude out of the way that was running away.
they're so scared, man. They gotta go in there. Like,
Yeah, I'm
you
fucking
and
waiting, bro. My guy's stuck at the back, bro. I'm like, God, damn.
We're gonna fucking die, but we're gonna die doing some.
We're
shit.
not gonna die. We gotta concentrate on dying. Just let's do this.
Alright, we just finished prep, so please take a 5-minute break. Stretch your legs, get a drink.
Oh, okay.
Get back, we'll start the adventure, right?
Cool.
So relax for a
Alright.
bit, yeah, take 5.
All right, Jerry. Let's rub one out real quick for good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. This when DM comes back with some shit that's like, you have to go into the dungeon and find this magic shit, and this fucking big bad thing comes out and slaughters everybody. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck we'll be doing actually. Yeah, we almost got cooked though last time. Shit's close.
But yeah, no. I do understand how lucky we got. We got very lucky that those guys tripped over and exploded. Wait, this is streamed on Twitch?
It's been roughly
Hey.
5 minutes, so hopefully that was long enough.
Gary.
Alright, let's get started here. So, we last left off the crew, or our last expedition took place, of course, at the small castle ruin southwest of Ireland, and you guys were here for that, so there's not really a need to describe the current background, but there is a need to describe your situation and job. Naturally, of course, we are still at the base camp near the small castle ruin, northeast of it, right? And if you want, you may continue working for the Ireland Company. However, if you want to try something else this week, just let me know, right? If you want to start out somewhere else, back in town. But our current situation, if you're alright with it, is we've already been tested out. You've got another job this week lined up for you. Another hire on by the company, right? So, noticing your smaller sized crew this week, but of course well equipped and experienced members for the most part. There's a very, I guess, smaller but more specialized quest, right, for your crew. So we're gonna roll this dice to figure out what exactly that might mean based on my charts. Let's see. Roll 2d6 here. See what kind of job we've got lined up. All right. Okay. So that's another small job. Nothing too serious. It's gotta be another. Yeah, it's a very easy job. If you want to switch jobs, no worries. But it's very similar to the one you did yesterday. It is another post that you will have to defend. Now, the one you did yesterday wasn't a post job, it was an investigation. But the one job you did 2 days ago, it's another occupation job. So I need you to occupy a position and relieve the last crew that was there. You're a small team, so it's a small area that you're going to defend, right? Not a lot of people can fit there anyway, so your small team of 4 should be all that they need. In fact, it actually might be very close to the last place you were held up at, right? From what it sounds like. Would you guys be on board with that job this week? A small job where you guys want to explore on your own, or look for a different job? Or ask about different jobs? So that's what they have assigned for your small team.
What do you think, Jerry?
I'm trying to do something a little more than just
Commander.
position a post. Do you guys have more like push into the dungeon type shit?
You want something riskier? Okay, so at some point yesterday night.
I don't know. What do you think, Mitch? What do you think?
Well, the first job's still there. Let's just hear out what maybe something risky.
Yeah, what other jobs?
Yeah.
Okay, so the commander, of course, signed this mission for you, but you had asked if there were other jobs available, particularly more offensive, or more, I guess,
Treasure.
riskier jobs, right? Something more challenging, right, for your crew. If that's the case, he might hire you on if you're interested. There's a job that has yet to be taken by any particular crew. And there's a reported type of monster in dungeon level 2 if you're interested in fighting it off. They have yet to have a crew take it on. Fortunately, the numbers of this group should be small, but it's pretty large in open space that they were last spotted at, that they were defending, right? If you want, they'll send you in to hunt them down, right, if you're interested in the combat. Would you like to try it out?
Talking about enemies
Everywhere.
Your small crew
What's their
versus
size?
A big open space.
a level 2 threat, right?
How big are these enemies hypothetically? Do
No,
we know what
there's
race they
Did
are?
you say there's one enemy down? I'm so confused.
Okay, so we're gonna go over what it was actually, the details, with the chart.
Yes.
Okay.
What the fuck is that? So it's one big monster, not like.
No, it's a level 2 monster, or not one level 2. It's a level 2 threat, right? But it's in a small,
I see.
or not small. It's in a large open space, right? So large open
that's
space
easy.
might mean that you know, if you had a larger crew, you could fight it in a more open battle, I guess, right? More even
Oh,
terms
it's a
possibly.
boss. Oh.
Yeah, it's a large
Boss
open space.
threat.
It was spotted in when they were exploring. Basically, reports came in. The crew descended down to dungeon level 2. They were not expecting the attack, right? They moved in through the open dark space. It actually ambushed them. So whatever it was, cut their retreat off. They had to fight their way out, right? The enemy pushed in from all directions as they pushed through the chamber. Their big mistake was they didn't explore along the walls. They explored this one large crew directly through the open area, which wasn't really terribly a mistake, really. With that, they were able to cover more ground a lot quicker and observe in all directions rather than just one. But of course, with that came the issue of the enemy, of course, surrounded them. The only good part about it was that the enemy had to be divided, right? So when they pushed directly northwest, they divided the enemy forces. So their forces that managed to get past them were a lot weaker. They were able to fight their way out. That was the report that came in from that crew, right?
Say they cut their feet off?
Cut their retreat off. Retreat.
Oh, okay.
They had to
like,
fight
what
out.
the fuck?
You know, the monsters snuck up around them
Yeah,
while
I
they were
see.
moving through a large open
Got it.
space, right? That they couldn't see well through, right? So, a few of the monsters got past them, cut off their retreat, right? They had to fight their way out.
Okay.
All right. So, we're gonna go over. the
Jerry,
top
I don't know,
notes.
man.
It's a riskier job.
It'd be terrible to
It
go
does
down
not
there with all this
recommend it
stuff
with your
and
crew,
then die.
but it is open. It's an open job, right? Like no one has taken this job yet
Mm.
because it's too dangerous at the moment, right? So if you're interested, they're trying to
If we
figure out
do
what
this,
to
we
do.
probably should hire more people, but
All right. Reports came in. The encounter consists of actually just, it's from what they understand, they killed most of the enemies in the end. There might only be one left down there, right? In Dungeon Hall 2, but they don't know if they got reinforcements, right? It was our victory that time. We did retreat. There was no major casualties, right? We did get surrounded, and we fought our way out because they kept pouring in. And then the last one ran off, right? He got routed, but we don't know if he went in deeper to get more help. All that's known is that one survived the combat and fell back further in the dungeon, and we fell back too, naturally. After sustaining a few casualties that weren't actually they were just injured characters, right? That suffered wounds and were pulled back. So, okay, what do you guys think? The last report was 1, so the position might be cleared, and you might be able to just take the position and start exploring and looting it, or it might be reinforced, right? There's a chance of it being reinforced. But with how many casualties that the enemy received, they probably fell back most likely, unless they're brave enough to spread out and push forward again, retake that position they lost.
was this our like our actual like player parties, or was this just like
This is an NPC generated party.
we're talking about?
NPC.
Okay.
So this happened yesterday.
it sounded
While you
awfully
guys
similar
were in the
to-
western corridor, this happened in
Got it,
Dungeon
okay.
Hall 2. Right. A lot of raids are going out throughout the day.
I don't know. Jerry, we can go take a look, man, but we need to be.
Dude, I am so down to kill this level 2, whatever the fuck.
Okay.
Alright, you both are on board?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll do it then.
No?
No, I'm just. Yeah, let's do it. I was thinking, do you want to hire
You guys want to hire more men?
Another guy?
two more people? We just hire 2 regular.
Yeah,
mercs?
sure.
It'll be
Sure.
expensive though to hire, right? If they're not like part of your family, you got to pay for them. You have to insure them and all that shit, right?
Wait, 2 mercenaries, or wait, what's?
Oh, you want mercenaries or cheaper? Yeah, mercenaries come. Quick.
Yeah, I just want
Yeah,
someone.
yeah,
But mercenaries
I
don't go
go
in the dungeon.
outside. I go outside the tent and I yell out, "Hey, any free mercenaries?
No one here wants
Any
for
free
free.
mercenaries want to fucking join up? Join up and kill some shit? Who got Navy?
Alright, so you would go out, ask around if anyone's willing to freely join your crew, right?
Yeah, let him do it, Mr. Hands.
As
Yeah,
Jerry
I
goes
don't
out
know
and
what
does
type
it.
of atmosphere we're around, so I'm gonna go around as many people to join the crew.
Yeah, any inactive parties. Alright, so Joey's going around doing that. Mitchell, after your meeting with the staff and everything, right? You're the commander and such of the company.
Yeah, let's
You
go
decided
play some
to
shit.
help him, or you want to do something else? Just hire men regularly?
Well, to hire men regularly, I forget the prices. Is Jerry successful, or is he just fucking wasting time?
Well, we don't know yet. What are you doing? Are you watching him?
Okay. Yeah. So what's the payout on this? Do we have like a set pay rate
Okay.
for this whole shit going
You
down?
want to think about the normal cost? Okay. So while Jerry's going out, you're thinking about the normal cost it takes to, of course, hire these type of men. So Jerry, in response, let's see how the crowd responds as soon as you leave the tent. Begin recruiting. In the open, your offer is join us for free to fight some shit, right? Alright, so joining for free for one thing is unfavorable, so it's already a -1.
No. I'm not saying join it for free, but
Oh.
anybody want to join up? I'm just trying to
Okay.
get a sense of who would like to join up.
All right. Anyone
I'm not
interested
saying
in
for free.
going into a combat
I'm saying
with
they
us?
would get a.
Okay.
Longbowman
All right.
is 5.
So you offer combat job.
Nice.
Combat jobs are also usually -1 penalty. It's an unfavorable type of job. No one really wants to fight typically. Some people are the most motivated, but overall the crowd does not want to just join up randomly to get into a combat naturally, unless there's good pay being promised, right? So it's already a -1 for the fact that anyone want to just go and fight, right? So, and then you got a +3 bonus from your charisma naturally. So that's a +2 bonus total in the end. All right. So 6 + 2 is 8. So the crowd is those nearest to you are just neutral. They're confused or uncertain of what you're doing, right? Like they just kind of walk past you, like. The fuck?
Okay.
They don't know what you're talking about. You want to try to talk
If there's
to them?
if there's 2 crossbow men among them, I will give them 2 silver pieces for
So
their.
at base camp, everyone has a
individual
job
business.
naturally, most likely. To find unemployed members, you have to go to like places where people hang out or are unemployed, right? So everyone's part of some type of crew
Okay.
or has some type of job throughout the day, right? This is last evening though. This is yesterday night, so it's evening hours, right before you went to bed, prior to the work shift tomorrow morning, right? So this was basically yesterday night, after you guys finished like gambling or whatever, right? You went around trying to hire some guys for a few hours or a few minutes, right? However long you tried it last night, you would go to like drinking establishments when people were off duty, right, not working anymore. Maybe they can change their job to join you, right? Like they can, if they don't have a job, they can join you easily. If they already have one, they can maybe quit or take a break from that and join your crew up for combat tomorrow morning, right? So in that case, the most common place to meet others that are free to talk is of course the drinking tents, which you were kind of at when you were gambling, right?
Yeah.
So, were you open to hiring gamblers that you gambled with, or did you want to hire other patrons at the drinking tents, like just people drinking, eating?
Why would the people that I took their money want to join me?
Yeah.
I don't think
Maybe they can earn it back, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think that'd be very smart.
All right, so just a stranger. What
so
kind of
I
person
think
are you
that
looking for?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm looking at the prices of this. I'm just gonna outright just ask if there's any trained soldiers that would like to come and make a good coin for the day. I'm not really looking for bums that can't fight.
All right. So you look among the masses
I was,
at the drinking
I was looking
tents.
for cannon fodder personally.
All right. So particularly Mitchell, right? You looked over the crowd for any well-armed and armored men, right? And let's see who you get. The first guy you see that might fit the description of what you're looking for. Randomly generating this character. Alright. So you do notice someone, right, among the crowd. He is actually playing a guitar, right? Or a medieval guitar, like a
lute.
Yeah, a lute, something like that. So he's playing a lute. Just him and his dog near one of the campfires at the drinking tent, right? He's got himself a beer at his foot, right? A tankard. And he's armored and armed, but he's not carrying any weapons. They're on his belt, though. You want to talk to this man? He doesn't look too drunk, right? To the point where you can't have a discussion. You want to try this guy out? See what he's up to?
Yep.
All right. You walk up to him, right? He's a stranger. You don't know him yet, right? He kind of is in the middle of playing his guitar and looks up to you and says, let's see if he reacts to you at all, first of all, with your approach. How would you like to approach?
Let me give him a copper piece to say I like the way you're playing. Like, toss it into...
Alright, that's favorable.
Fuck.
So +1 for your standard charisma bonus, +1 for favorable approach. That's a total of 9. He reacts in your favor, right? So as soon as you walk up, have a listen, and compliment his playing, he says, appreciate that, actually. Would you like to hear some more, or? Nice to meet you, by the way. My name's Ripe.
Name's what?
The name's Ripe.
Right? Oh, that's
Yes.
good. Yeah, because I don't like going left.
Just
So
generate his
I have a
name right
question
here.
for you. You look pretty well equipped. Oh, right. As he.
No, that name doesn't count.
Alright.
It's just one name.
As they're talking, I'll just join in the conversation and listen. Stand by
So-
Mitchell's side.
Okay, so you did, yeah.
Just standing there charismatically behind me.
Yeah, just leaning on you to the side.
Absolutely,
Arms crossed.
All right, so you guys are together,
and-
and Mitchell's talking to Wright. So what do you want to say to him or do?
So I want to ask, right? You look pretty well equipped. Your playing's good, but I need someone that can fight even better. And if that's the case, then I would like to have you in our party. We're gonna go take care of some business that part of the Iron. How do you say this town's name?
Yeah, Ireland.
Ireland company couldn't take care of. With the reports and the information that we've gotten, we should be able to tackle it and get in and out of there without a problem. Obviously, I'd pay you a nice day's wage too. You won't even have to play unless you want to.
All right. The roll is 4. You do have favor though, so we're gonna roll twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the legendary campaign roll, so 8. We'll take the 8. We'll add your charisma bonus, so it brings it to 9, and we'll add your favorable speech bonus, right? You're talking kind of favorably toward him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it already brings it to 10. I mean, offer, or he's reacting favorably to you. So he kind of notices, I've been known to hold my own in a fight, and
Okay.
I might be open to such a job. You're going into a combat tomorrow?
Yes, we're going into combat, and there should only be one monster left that they couldn't take care of at the time, but there's still maybe more that have reinforced and moved into the area. If we move quickly tomorrow morning, hopefully, we'll catch the area still sparse of enemies.
Alright.
What
this
did
is
you
a-
just call it?
Oh, go ahead, Jerry.
Sorry.
What would you like to do or say
You
while
called
Mitchell's?
it something just now.
Call what?
That why did you
Little
roll
spot.
twice?
Oh, that's a legendary. So because of the roll I have, it's rolls for favor, so he rolls twice.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
legendary campaign
It's
roll.
like and you pick the better of the two.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Busted.
So it's like
Yeah.
the modern term of advantage for modern D&D, right?
I get it. Yeah. Because it's a legendary thing. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
The legendary campaign roll, you don't take the higher roll, you take the one that's favorable. So if it's low that you need, then you'll take the
Yeah,
low.
you can get fucked regardless. Like you can get 2 low rolls.
can also get-
just be
yeah.
cooked, but
If you get 2 of the same rolls, then you're sucked.
No,
Then
no way.
it's no good. All right. Anyway, overall, you explained yes, it's a combat job, and are you offering this job to him?
yes.
All right. He's like, would you like to join us? And it's a 6+1, right? Because your charisma, and that's it. So it's 7. So he's uncertain. He's not sure if he wants to join you for a combat. You also
Yeah,
said
well,
the
I'm
job was
also
easy.
Offering 20 copper or 2
Yeah,
silver. at
Okay.
Can I
least.
just pull? I'm gonna pull Mitch back for a second and be like, "Who are you, though?" I'm
Right.
just curious. Before we hire you, maybe you would like to tell us what you
Remember,
have.
I roll for
to offer.
favor.
All right. And he nods and says, well, my name's Wright, and I
And
got
I pull
here
my
maybe a
hand
week
out
ago.
and I go to shake his hand.
Right. He shakes your hand. He gets up, sets his loot down, looks around, right, and says, "You guys can have a seat," right? And there's of course, a few stools around his fire that he's sitting at and playing his guitar. There's only one other person
I'd love
listening to his playing, but they're asleep right now. So
I would
Mhm.
love to have this.
I'll take a seat and order around.
you ask a barmaid in for a round of drinks. She says, "I'll be right on it," and she walks off to the drinking tent or the drinks tent, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, he appreciates that, and he nods and says, "Thanks," and has a sip of his tankard and says, "Well, I came here like everyone else, looking for a job as a mercenary. I've been on only a handful of expeditions. Half of them have been guard shifts, guarding different positions. I've done a scouting mission when I first got here. My second mission, we scouted out a few tunnels. We mapped it out. We took note of a locked door, and then we retreated. That was it. We were just supposed to scout the position and report so that they can send a thief in to unlock that door and disarm it of traps."
Yeah, they got a lot of those, don't they?
He nods and says, "Most of them have been cleared out, at least near the entry areas, but further into the unknown, who knows what's down there. I've had one combat. We went in just a couple days ago, actually. I was with a large crew, roughly 20. I was hired on as a
Remaining
porter,
guy. Crazy.
and there was a few combats down there. I didn't actually get to see any of it. I wasn't fighting at any point, but I helped carry out the loot in the aftermath. A few guys were injured. 20 guys in the dungeon, right? You got like half of them just sitting around, and that was including myself. I wasn't very experienced yet in combat, but they allowed me to take some experience or some of the fame, so I was able to level up. I became a thief. And you look over his gear, he is indeed a thief. He wears a helmet, he has a heavy gamson, he has, of course, his weapons on his belt, which include grenades, smoke bombs, right, and flashbangs, right, and then his main weapons of choice, it looks like, are crossbows, right, and smaller blades. He's also got a long 10-foot pole.
Does he have his
always crazy to find.
Does he have lockpicking implements, like he can do his job?
Yep, he's got everything he needs.
Disarm traps.
So his gear is actually worth, though, because this is a first level equipped adventurer, right? That's what you're looking for, right? An actual adventurer. Therefore, they actually cost a lot.
Yeah.
They cost 10 silvers to insure, right? He's not just some nobody, right? He's got some experience in the field. He's got gear. A nobody, right, like brand new to the fleet or the camp would cost 10 coppers, right? Because their gear is only worth 10 coppers on average.
Yeah.
His gear is worth 10 silvers.
If we're gonna go fight the big bad, we need him. I don't care.
It's one gold to hire him, basically. Yeah.
All right. Well, fuck me then. All right, that's fine.
You want to pay it?
Yep.
All right. You've got yourself a loyal.
Is he bringing his dog for free?
Yep. He bought a dog not long ago. The dog he usually doesn't take in the dungeon. He keeps it with him when he's sleeping. So, it's a guard dog, right? It'll protect him while he's asleep. So, no one can slit his throat, right? The dog will protect him. All right.
That's crazy.
Loyal hound. It's kind of important when you're a solo, right? So we're just looking for jobs. Yeah. Right.
It's banging copper right now, I believe.
Okay, I'll give you that character. It's going to be under your household until he quits leaves your employment services. But he's joining your ranks now. He's unemployed, or currently unemployed, right? He just finished his last job or mission, right? So just like you guys did, now you have a new job. Okay, so he's being contracted by you as a retainer. The standard pay for a retainer, by the way, is what you're offering him most likely. Half a share and silver a day, right? And on top of that, you have to insure his equipment, which is 1 gold worth of gear. So, we'll add this to your NPC list now. Now you have also this guy. Right, I'll type out his stuff. We're generating this one on the spot. Let's see, and he belongs to Mitchell, or Mitch, I mean. This one's Mitch as well. Alright, and then his name is Wright. Okay, so his abilities, turns out, you get to learn about this naturally. He's got pretty good strength, 12. We've got 11 and 10.
God damn, I wish. 23, bro, to pick the lock. Fuck that, rip it off.
13, 14, 11. Alright, starting hit points. He had 1 when he got to level 1. That's how he began his career. He began at a 1 hit point guy. He ranked up and got to 4, right? Ability score increase. He ended up increasing his strength by 1 point, bringing him to 13, right? Oh, no. Alright, and then starting funds, of course. Originally he had only, when he was level 0, 11 to his name. At that time, he only owned a few things, including his trusty bow, his crossbow, right? He has an arbalist, which is a slow-firing weapon. Yep. That's his main weapon. So it's an arbalist, quiver, corals. Okay. Slow.
I feel like we gotta fight something nasty.
We're in our prep. We've got a lot of prep today. Looks like, but hopefully it's worth it. All right, so 5, 6, 7.
Instantly
8.
gets wiped.
Yeah, that would be horrible. And then also he owned at the time. Where is it?
Why don't we just,
Sick.
whenever we go in the dungeon, if we need it, it just sits on his belt, like Batman right now.
$10. Throughout his career, early on throughout his career, he did lose like half his ammo. He did lose torches as well. But then at some point he became a trained and experienced level 1, which means his gear was worth about a gold piece, right? So particularly, or more specifically, his gear was worth exactly a gold, right? And at that time, after he, at the current state he's in, his overall net worth now is 1 gold plus the gear he originally had, bringing him to have a heavy helmet, right, that he could flip. He can open the visor still if he needs to see. And then he owns a heavy gambeson. Right, that accounts for 15 of that 100. Okay. Then he also ended up owning his own pouch with lockpicks. So that's 81 now. He owns actually multiple pouches because he has shrapnel grenade, flaming oil,
Is that mid-gen? What is that?
firecracker,
It's supposed to be me, dude. I'm about to make you.
smoke bomb, and let's see. He also has a 10-foot pole.
This thing is so AI, it's crazy.
What are you wearing?
It's a brigandine. It's okay.
3, 43, 45, 47. Right, so 81, 34. Okay. And then he also owns a sidearm. Aside from his arbalist, he's got his sheath dagger, and he's got a scabbard and sword. Oh, we'll do a battle axe actually. Give him some versatility. Okay. Alright, in that case, 7.
Could buy more corals.
Let's see. Yeah, he refilled on ammo, so 7.
Does an arbalist take a turn to load?
It does. Take one round, one combat round. 6,
And then you fire next round.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. 20, 13, 20. Alright. And, let's see. He will also own a few more things that are very important.
Flash grenades?
What weapon are you using?
Yeah, he has firecrackers,
Me?
smoke bomb,
I have a +1 Warhammer.
and then of course, yeah, he has that.
It's a magic Warhammer. And shield. What was that? Sorry, again.
Oh, you're good. Let's see. The flash powder, yeah, which is a flash grenade.
Yeah.
So very explosive amount of light. So flash powder. Put it on him.
Is that like, if anybody's looking in your direction, it's blinded? So like, there's no distance on it, or it's like, is it like within 30
So if it
feet,
blows
40
up,
feet?
it's a 10 foot. So if you're in it,
10 foot.
you're blinded, right? And then looking
out
that
of it,
direction, if you're not in it, just looking in that direction, you have a penalty, right? Until the flash is over, right?
Okay.
So that's how it works. So if you're in it, you're blind completely. If you're not in it, just looking in the direction gives you a penalty, right? So that's it. It just like stops you from seeing. Like imagine just darkness, right?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But it's only for a certain amount of rounds. Okay.
Wait, it's continuous? Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's continuous for a set amount of rounds. Flash powder, it blinds you and deafens you for 2 rounds. So for 20 seconds, there's only just a huge ringing and all this light. Okay. For those who are within the radius, and if you're not in the radius but you're looking at that radius, it's just a wall of light and deafening sounds, right? So if you're looking and listening in the direction of a flashbang, right, or a flash powder explosion, then that's all you get. You get blindness and deafness. Okay. which is good for retreat or entry, right? Let's see.
Combat.
All right. Aside from that, we're down on 21 coppers. A thief would also own his grappling hook and rope, so he can climb properly. Add it to his sheet.
This dude just like pieces us up in the back of the arbors.
It's only got one shot though, for 20 seconds.
Yeah, I know. Just
can't do that.
terrible.
It would be horrible though. So grappling hook.
Yeah.
He is a thief, so thieves are not always the most trustworthy.
Insuring his shit for 100 coppers, crazy.
Yeah. You're hiring a full-on experienced level 1, right? So
Yeah, well, I mean, if there's a locked door,
expensive.
yeah, we just
dumps up the crowbar. And finally, we'll go over his lantern and oil.
Alright, send us in there. Just zip us down to that fucking room.
Yep.
Remember, stay away from the middle. Check the walls.
Alright, that should be all his gear. This was 4, no 3. All the others were 2. So 6. Yeah, he has 1 copper left on him. That's it. But all his gear. Yeah. And you just paid him insurance, which is a gold, so he went up to 101 after that being hired.
Yeah, dang.
He's banking that.
Alright.
Alright.
He dies. Give him money back.
Alright, you've insured all his equipment. And because you insured all his equipment, if he dies, you have entitlement to his gear, right? That's how that goes. So, because you paid insurance. So basically you own his gear now, right? So, actually it's still his gear, but you have the next claim to it.
Let's
yeah,
go,
if he
let's
dies.
go fuck things up.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get this shit.
Alright. Hopefully that was enough preparation, so we've hired some more men. Let's get into the delve.
I should have just bought like a fuck ton of hounds. How much?
Oh yeah, he's got a dog.
Shit ton of dogs.
Put that on the sheet.
Huh?
He owns a dog. Gotta put that down.
Yeah, I meant like you know, just throw them all in there. I don't know. Let's see. What is this?
Alright. So the crew is at this point accepting the mission. At 8 o'clock in the morning, they arrive at the entrance of the ruin, a mile out from the base camp. So you're at the entrance of the ruin, which is a tower or castle ruin. The crew, there's a crew, a scouting team that was assigned. Their job today, if they want their basic wage, is to lead you to the position so that you can go into the combat, right? That's it. So they were assigned to just lead you to the stairs and keep guard, right? That's it. So taking to the position, it's just a handful of scouts that were assigned this mission. Probably rookie adventurers that, know where to go. So we'll say that there's 1
When
to
they
8.
try to leave, you tell them they have to come with
One.
us.
So one guy this morning says that he's all that was hired on to take you to these stairs that you'll descend and begin exploring past, right? The idea is that the last crew that went down there, they had casualties, of course, minor or half casualties, right? They lost a few men that were injured in combat. They were all taken care of and dragged out alive, fortunately. But they withdraw prematurely. They looted what they could, right, from where they were in the combat. But they didn't want to push any deeper into the enemy territory after that battle. They didn't know if that one that retreated would bring on some more, right? So they left while they could, right? They didn't dig any deeper. So you're going to be going through the area that they already fought through and looted at first. And then past that would be unknown territory. They're going to give you the map as well. So go over, draw the mapped area at least. This section that is mapped. and you're not connected to any of the previous maps on this one, this is understood to be the central. The closest area might be this area here, and I'll connect the maps if you manage to get back to that spot. But you're considered in the north, or the north region of the dungeon, right? You're in the northern section, right? So last week you guys were, or yesterday you were at the northwest. Earlier, your adventure before that, you were in the eastern section or sector of the dungeon that was mapped. Now you're in the north.
So this is the same dungeon?
Yep,
Yeah,
same
it's,
dungeon.
it's,
just
it's a
different area.
massive ruin complex. This is
Okay,
like the main area, though.
Well, you said we traveled a mile out, so.
Oh no, yes. You travel the mile from base camp to get to the castle ruin, right? So.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
if you.
gotcha.
Yeah, because the castle's probably going to be up on like a hill and blah, blah,
Here,
blah,
so
blah.
this is base camp here.
Yeah.
And this is the ruin.
Okay.
Actually, right?
Okay. Gotcha.
That flag represents your crew. So, base camp 1 mile away from the ruin. There's a camp outside the ruin, but naturally base camp isn't on the ruin. That would be too dangerous if a dragon climbs out of the ruin at some point, or is awoken.
Bruh. Nah.
Destroy. So the
That's crazy.
base camp is a safe distance away from the actual operations.
I'm going to need you to charm that dragon, dog, if that shit comes out.
There's no dragon.
Hopefully. Hopefully that's true. Alright.
Deep in the misty mountain. Fuck me. No.
Okay, so we are now going to go over
Who's the dragon from Shrek?
this area of the dungeon. So you're in the north sector where there are supposed stairs that you'll be descending to explore into the area that you were assigned. Right, so put it on the map momentarily.
They were walking into a fucking stadium, though.
Yeah, it was reported to be in a large open space, right, that they were ambushed in. Okay, here we go. It is a 20-foot corridor headed north to the stair. Right, so straight way to the stair.
Stair up or goes up or down?
Going down into dungeon level 2.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is a more appropriate zone for Mitchell, of course, to be fighting in, but not by himself, of course. Right, with a level 2 crew, you should have a reasonable chance against dungeon level 2. We are a mixture of level 1s, 2s, and 0s in this crew. Let's see. Alright, stair here, going down to the north, and opening out into the chamber that you guys are supposed to explore into.
Okay.
Alright, so this is all the known mapped positions.
This is it.
Was that more stairs going down? Or?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
takes. I think it takes a left turn and then it's the big open area. I think.
This
Does
is
that
the
go up
actual
or down?
opening. So the opening you're assigned to explore is the northeast, right? That's the open space that you were assigned to.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's just another set of stairs that have yet to be explored. So no one has pushed that position yet. The crew that went down there, they sent some guys up those stairs, but mainly they sent guys to clear the actual chamber, and that's when they encountered the monsters.
Gotcha.
So before they went up the stairs, if they went up the stairs naturally, they could get cut off by whatever's in the actual chamber, right? From the stairs that they came from.
Yeah.
So they had to secure the chamber first before they would proceed down or proceed up these stairs that might lead back to a more familiar area of the dungeon, right? Connect back to a more familiar area. Anyway, more importantly, we did descend some stairs into a chamber, or we will be descending stairs. This is just the mapped out position. I'm going to finish my little sketch here.
Interesting how they fought the shit and didn't know what it was or whatever.
They have an idea of what it was. They
Didn't
fought
tell
them.
us.
They beheaded them. They're like these. It's reported that they're Morlocks, if you know what that is.
Wait, what?
A Morlock.
They're liches?
No.
No,
Wait.
warlock.
Morlocks.
I know what a warlock is.
Morlock,
But there
starting
shouldn't
with an
be.
M.
Oh, they're just regular people that are creepy as fuck down here.
Yeah, Morlocks.
Oh, they're just living with the bandits. Okay, cool.
Right. So there's a
Fucking
group of
sick.
Morlocks living down there. That's a level 2 encounter.
So
They were very aggressive and hard to kill. Right. It would take a hit like a champ. It was what was rumored, right? It would smash one's head open.
it's like a hit
and
from
they would
what?
keep
Like a
fighting.
champ, like
The
a
Morlocks
stick
just
or
ate
a-
that shit, right? Like they tell you, right? You've heard, like the Morlocks, like not sensitive to pain, right? So they just kept fighting. And when they like got their heads
So
smashed,
you gotta kill him.
yeah, they just got a lot of hit points.
Okay.
Beefy motherfuckers, right? In the cave, eating cave monsters, probably. All right. Almost done drawing out the map to positions. We're gonna be going into unknown territory.
Alright, cave, it's a run, Mitch. Much
You're
safer
right.
than a cave.
I suppose. I have a feeling we're biting enough more we could chew, but we're here now.
We have grenades, huh?
Let's find out if this.
Alright, and that was the last map thing in this area. You're moving in from the south. We'll get your tokens on the board. This time. Okay, let's see. Jerry. We got Michelito. We got Captain back. Length. Okay, you healed by the way. 1 hit point's easily recovered overnight. So let's see. Yeah, you're back at 10. Okay. Fix that.
I don't see it in the manual. What the fuck?
Let's see what.
I'm looking up the monster. Warlock.
Warlocks.
I don't see him. Like Warlock. Like
Morlock.
W-A-R.
No, Morlocks.
L-O-C-K.
Morlock.
Morlock. Oh.
Morlock. A Morlock. They might not be in the standard basic rules, but they do exist in BX and original D&D, Labyrinth Lord, and all the other retro clones. Alright.
More cough?
Morlocks. Okay. Subterranean
Murlocs.
men.
Oh, like little fish boys. Murlocs.
Morlocks with an O.
Morlock.
Morlocks. If you look them up on Google,
okay,
you'll see it.
Okay, it's here listed as Morkoth, but it's a Morlock, which is a dim, shadowy monster often referred to as a wraith of the deep. Oh my fuck.
You might be looking at the wrong
They're
way.
very rare.
Okay.
I think I'm looking at the right thing.
Morlocks. Right.
I don't know.
Alright, anyway, in your crew now we've got additionally
Because when I'm reading this, we're fucked.
we've got Wright in our ranks. It's a level 2 encounter. Right, T1. He's equipped with his arquebus for this run, right? Or not arquebus, arbalist. Arbalist. Very quiet weapon, right? Or it's not super quiet, but it's quieter than the gun, right? Very powerful still. Right, arbalist. Okay, he's got that ready to go, loaded. We've got Length in our ranks again. He's equipped with battle axe and shield, like last time. Michelito's got his bow and arrows. Jerry, you want to use lantern and shield again, or something else?
Lantern, shield, sling. I'm ready a grenade.
Yep, that's fine. It can all be done.
Actually, I'll ready a rock. If I need to change to a grenade, I'll ready a grenade.
You sure? Because it could be, you know. Alright.
What do you think, Mitch?
No, you should definitely use a spell. Have a spell or a the grenade ready. It's it really.
Like sleep?
The thing
Sleep
is,
is
I don't
quiet.
know. The thing is, if there's only one of these, I don't know if the grenade's the most appropriate, honestly, because yeah, if you have sleep ready, well, I don't know if sleep works on this fucking thing.
I'll just use my stones.
That's not gonna really do much. I would recommend.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right.
I don't
And
know if I can
Captain
do this on
Mitchell,
the way.
what would you like to prepare?
Me, I'm gonna have my my warhammer, and my shield. I'm
Right.
gonna be leading, so probably gonna take hits.
South will take you back to friendly
And
territories.
then, yeah, Michelito's gonna have. He's gonna be prepping sleep.
Length is gonna take my spot, and I'm gonna stand right behind Captain Mitchell.
What?
I think that's better because he has a battle axe and shield.
Yeah, that works. And then Michelito will have shield and sleep ready.
What is the arbalist?
Are you asking to get a shield ready? Okay.
A shield and sleep, yeah.
Sleep scroll? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Actually, wait, is there light in this motherfucker? That doesn't matter. We don't need light.
Alright, and for light sources, the only one is Jerry at the moment. Do we want more? Mitch, do you want your own lantern lit?
You might as well
Yeah.
light your lantern.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Our mule's outside, so.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I really hope this book is wrong about what the fuck I'm about to find.
Okay, so Captain Mitchell,
Spell reflection defense? This is not, bro.
used up a lantern or used up a candle. You've got 2 left. This will burn from roughly 0800, or by the time you got to the position, by the way, it was a 10-minute movement to the position. So it's a 0810, but you lit the lanterns at 0800. So at 12 o'clock, which you probably won't be here until 12, right? It's a pretty quick mission. Get in there and fight, retreat, right? It shouldn't take too long. Alright. Secure the position, loot it if you want, if there's any loot to be taken, right? But you were hired to exterminate the threat in the chamber so that we may continue conducting exploration of this area of the dungeon, right? So, okay, your team was assigned the combat of this area. We'll see Captain Mitchell, Warhammer and Shield ready, Lantern, Length, Battle Axe and Shield ready, Sergeant Jerry, Lantern, Shield ready, Right, Arbalist ready, and then Michelito, Shield and Scroll. Alright, the only way forward at this point is descending the stairs. Is that what you want to do as a crew, or do you guys want to try something else?
There's a crew.
Speak up if you want to try something differently. But when I write party, clear action, yeah, then we're all doing that.
I'm gonna check the walls. Is there anything special on the
We're in
walls,
the
or is it just I'll start pressing on the stone walls, seeing if I can trigger anything.
Okay,
Trigger anything? You don't want to trigger nothing.
You never know. You never know.
Oh, what? Okay.
Alright, so Mitchell, you're exploring down. Do you want to or exploration is always careful naturally, but if you want to be even more careful and stealthy, you can crouch and explore and having your rate of movement, which is already kind of assumed actually in the next exploration for the most part. So, is there any particular way you want to explore? Exploration assumes careful movement, observation, and mapping as you go. Right, 3 things you're doing all at once.
Yeah, I want to be slow and steady. I want to look out for any movement, especially along the walls of the place.
Yeah, I want to make sure I'm watching the ceilings, being in the
The
middle.
ceiling.
You never fucking know, dude.
I'm
Okay,
afraid
so-
that this thing has spell reflection, and when I sleep it, my dude's gonna be out.
Alright, so you want to keep your eyes as you're exploring down these stairs, rather than face forward. You want to keep your eyes on the ceiling, Mitchell. Focus on the ceiling.
I'm
No,
watching it. I'm
no.
watching it.
No,
I'm watching
that's-
it.
Oh, what are you?
No, I'm looking at the wall. I'm
The
looking in
walls.
front of me, and I'm looking like.
What are you gonna
listening,
focus on?
so.
So imagine you're descending these stairs carefully. You're looking around. You have basic observation of everything around you, but do you want to focus on anything in particular? Like never leave your eyes off of it, right? Never like stop looking at it. Is that what you want to do? Because the idea when you're exploring, you're constantly looking at everything: the floor, the walls.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
looking at the direction I'm moving.
Alright, yeah.
And I'm like going slowly to look around, like the.
But you can also
Like,
be
I'm
more
very
specific.
cautious.
He's
moving
watching
now.
everywhere. He's watching everywhere.
Like it's like
Right.
it's a small corridor, right?
Right.
Like if I'm looking at the walls, I'm looking down in the direction of the corridor, and once I get out of there, then it's different. But,
Okay,
yeah.
so carefully descend and
I do want to look at the floor. That's
toward
one step on nothing.
the walls. Yeah,
fucking
it's
tricky, I
assumed
guess.
in careful observation. The question really is basically, do you want to hyper focus on anything, right? which you don't. You just want to kind of generalize and
Yeah,
carefully
I want to be careful.
descend the stairs. Cause Sergeant Jerry, you were a little different maybe. Um, so instead of carefully exploring your movement or observing what's up ahead, you want to focus on observing anything in particular.
I'm looking at any handrails or any special things coming off the walls that I could like, maybe like torches, that type of.
Okay, so as you're exploring, slow down a little bit and you focus on seeing if there are any hand railings, right, down these stairs. As you're doing that, or you can observe that right now if you want before you descend. And clearly,
Are there?
if there was something, I would tell you right away, guys. By the way, that's how it works, right?
Okay.
In D&D.
Okay. Yeah.
So
There is, and I'll just keep.
The only
Right.
time you gotta
Family and
specify
fuck
is if you have an idea that there's something there, and the only time you won't see it by not saying it is if it's hidden, right? Hidden means that it's covered or
Okay.
concealed,
Yeah. No.
So-
I'm right behind Mitch. Let's go.
right? Like looking down the stair, there's no hand railing, right? It's just a stairway
I
down
got
an
you.
old
I got
ruined
you.
stairway.
It's just a stairwell.
The only time you won't see something in OD&D is if it's hidden. Again, that means covered or concealed. And the only way you will know something is covered or concealed is two things. For covered things, you will see that there's an object covering something that might be there, right? For concealment, you will see like vines, for example, and there might be something behind
Okay,
those vines,
cool.
right? So
Cool.
say
Yeah.
you
These
see
guys
vines.
aren't smart enough to have like magic traps. Let's go down.
So, Captain Mitchell, of course, you're just carefully exploring down the stairs at this point, observing those stairs, the walls. It's just a set of stone stairs. The walls are stone, brick. The ceiling is arched above you on your way down these stairs. This is a stronghold, right? You're descending down under to the depths below it, the basements. Length is doing something similar. Axe and shield carefully descend the stairs along your east. Jerry's right behind you. Looks toward the side of the walls for any railings. Did not see any. Carefully follows after. See our thief right, arbalist in hand, but also very careful and quiet, descending the stairs. Particularly as you're moving from the back, he kind of looks behind him every now and then, make sure nothing's coming out from the walls or anything like that from behind your crew. Michelito is doing something similar to right. Every now and then you'll turn around and make sure you guys are, your rear is secure, right? So they'll focus on guarding your rear as you guys focus on leading them forward, right? All right. So eyes, you're like a SWAT team, eyes on every direction. Basically, everyone's looking some particular direction, perhaps, right? Not all at the same thing. So Mitchell's like focusing mainly on the walls. It sounds like Link focuses on the floor. Jerry's kind of focusing on the walls and ceiling, right? From what it sounded like. Actually, the more things you focus on, the less focus you actually have, right?
Okay, what's in the big room? That's what I'm focused on.
So now we finally figure out, or we finally get down there after a very slow and careful descent, right? Because you spent a lot of time specifying what exactly you're looking for down these stairs. So you took your darndest time getting down these stairs, right? Make your way in, and on your way in, you descend the stairs into an open chamber that continues to the northeast. Directly west of you is a side passage with a stair immediately headed west, upward, higher up into the dungeon, right? Kind of back to the same level you were on, but in a different area. The stairs seem empty at the moment. Let me double check. Yeah, the stairs are clear. As for the chamber itself, it's quiet, it's clear, little to nothing, right? A barren and open chamber. Only a few things remain as you step in here, right? Which is blood trails headed north, right? You can see like a dried blood puddle directly at the bottom of the stairs, but most of these blood trails head north, right? That you spot. So you got blood trails on there with you. Blood. Or I'll just write blood stains, yeah. So dried blood stains. This is heavy in the stair area. This is like where the combat took place, right? For that crew that were treated. You got dried blood stains.
Obviously dragged them.
And
where does that lead, you said?
It leads north, so if you want to follow them, something dragged out the dead people out of here. You don't see any corpses, right? So they were dragged out, probably to be eaten or something, right? Or looted. Or maybe they were
Obviously.
wounded. Yeah.
Obviously, we keep going, Mitch. We follow the blood.
The only way forward
I'm
is
trying
either
to figure
north, northeast, or east. And the idea was that crew that was here pushed northeast, right? That's what they did,
Yeah.
so they could spread out and
We're
shine.
getting paid
in
to
only
kill
right.
this thing. We have to chase
Yeah.
it.
So let's go ahead and go along the right wall.
Push
here.
east.
Mm-hmm. But like facing towards the north and looking like kind of like moving cautiously that way and moving along the wall.
Shields up, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So carefully make your way toward the eastern exit of the chamber. Up ahead, you see a door. It's an old wooden door, right? And now we are indeed making a surprise roll. We are surprised. Before
Oh,
we could take any
fucking
actions,
nice.
right? While we were moving, something we didn't notice takes an action against us without us being able to react. That thing, right? Ended up kind of quickly sneaking down onto basically Michelito, right? So it's pretty dark here, and suddenly something from the darkness, from the shadows, grabs into Michelito and tries to grapple him to the floor, right? So something bulky and heavy puts his large hands around his mouth, around his face, and just drags him to the ground, right?
No.
Right steps to react, of course, but he was focused on actually looking ahead, right? So he's just like suddenly pulled, like before he can even react. By the time he turns, right, Michelito's already pulled away. If that makes sense, right? Because we were surprised. While he was busy kind of looking around the corner with his bow, which he was, the closest to Michelito time and the one who might be able to react quickest. Unfortunately, because our crew was surprised, right? Before he can even react, by the time he looks and hears Michelito being pulled away, Michelito's already like pulled out right into the shadows, right? Michelito has a chance to survive this, of course. This creature has to be able to force. It's got to be heavier than him, most likely, and it's got to have enough force doors check to force him into the dark, right? So it had a drop on him. Okay, here's its force door check to pull him into the dark, right? As he was carefully exploring. He was crouched. He had his shield in one hand, scroll in the other, carefully observing his surroundings, observing northeast as you guys pushed eastward, right? Let's see how that went. Force doors check. All right, it applied its normal weight, so he has a chance to resist, right? It auto-hitted him because, he was vulnerable at that moment, right? He wasn't not defending himself from behind. It came in from behind, just grabbed onto him, put his arms around him, and started pulling him down to the floor, right? Into the shadows. He reacts and tries to resist that pull, right? He can possibly resist that pull with his own weight. His counterweight is average, so he only throws, his counterweight is not enough, right? Whatever that thing is, it's using his full body weight, throwing it or pulling him into the shadows, and Mitchell is only able to apply his normal amount of force, which is not enough, right? This thing is heavier and larger than him. Grabbed onto him, pulled him into the shadows, right? Pulled him down. At that point, of course, Wright turned and just fired blankly in that direction. Or he knows that Michelito's there, so but he can see Michelito's on the ground, like in the dim
He
lighting.
knows that Michelito's finna die if he doesn't hit this shot.
Right,
So.
and besides that, he actually has a lit candle on his own belt. I forgot to put down, so let me add that to him. Right, because he's a grenadier too. Right, so right,
Michelito,
Michelito
he's pretty obviously like lit, right? Do
He doesn't
know-
have a light
can
source
we
on
see
him.
this thing?
It's Wright that has a light source, and Wright's light source does shine against Michelito's feet, and you can clearly tell Michelito's been pulled down to the ground, and something's got him in an arm lock, or a headlock, I mean, right? Its arms are wrapped around him. In the dimness of this lighting, right, you see this large, muscular, naked man with very long hair, big teeth, deranged and brutish eyes and
it's a
face.
fucking caveman.
Yeah, it's very cave-like features, right? Huge muscular
damn it.
features, right? At that point, as it holds Michelito in his grip, Wright took the opportunity to turn and fire on it, right? And if he misses, he could kill Michelito, right, instantly, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So, but he took the chance. He took the chance anyway, right? That's his job, right? He did not want that monster to have a chance to snap his neck, right? That guy looks like he can snap Michelito's little twig neck,
Crazy
compared to his
sleep
arms,
ready,
right?
bro. It can't just like fucking.
No,
touch
he has
him
to
in the
read it,
face and,
right? And he has
knock
to see
him
his
out.
target. If he can't see his target, he can't do it. And if he can't read the scroll, he can't do it, right?
Well, I'll put myself
Yeah,
and
so-
him to sleep.
It's a tough situation, right? This guy was waiting
Yeah, I
for us
know, yeah.
from the top of the stairs. And he sneaked
It's okay.
down
This guy
and
got
waited.
paid. He's getting money, so he's gonna make
Right.
the shot count.
So-
Got it.
All right. Bear in mind, I think some of us didn't use our rerolls yet, right? I think just for this game at least,
Nobody
Okay.
does.
right? You guys have a reroll available in case you want to use it on right.
Yes.
Um,
If
Alright.
I hit a 20 on this shit, it'd be fine.
I think one of you did use your reroll for just this game in particular, maybe, right? I think that was for Mitch. You used your reroll on your Mitchellito guy for his ability score earlier. So the other one who could save Wright's shot if he does miss is, I think, Jerry, if you want to, right? All right.
Oh, shit.
So he's gonna fire. Here's his shot. 4. He's gonna miss. You want to
That's
use the
cooked.
reroll, or do you want him to take the 4?
Please save me.
I have to use a reroll. I feel like I don't
You
have
do.
a choice.
You
here.
have to, bro.
You
Yeah.
did
Right.
for me, so yeah, I have to.
You know,
Yep.
Jerry, you look around, you see Wright about to misfire. You just like you help him out by like saying, "Wright, hit him!" Right, and he like focuses. He locks in right there and fires actually accurately. Hopefully, 13. Okay, that's better. When he fires on the
What's
monster,
his dex?
the monster of course has Michelito grappled. Michelito's body covers the monster almost completely, so it's a -4 penalty. However, let's see. Wright does have a bonus from dexterity and short range. Let's check it out. So Wright's gonna get I think +1. Where is it? Over here. +1 bonus from dex. +1 for short range. +1 for high ground. He's on the stairs still, firing down on the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Penalties include -1 for dimness. I would say Michelito's body covers everything but the monster's kind of upper body, the head right area. So monster has him in a headlock and is using kind of Michelito as a human shield almost. Half its body is covered, so I'm gonna give it a -2 armor class bonus. Let me check this monster's original armor class real quick. All right. So it's got a bit of speed and maybe thick skin, allowing it to have armor class 8 typically. It dropped to armor class 6 because he's got Michelito covering his body. I think his body's covering 3/4, so I'm gonna give him 3. So went down to 5. So it's AC 5. Our roll is 13. Our bonuses again are a total of +1 for short range, +1 for high ground, and +1 for dex. So we're at 16, -1 for dim lighting. So we're at 15. 15 against armor class 5 is a hit, almost barely, right? So Wright barely managed to land the hit with his arbalist. Took aim, fired into the monster, right, into what openings were there. And let's see the damage. Okay. An arbalist deals 2d6 damage. Okay. On top of this,
Come on, baby. Let's get some get 12. Come on now.
this is a monstrous creature. Yeah. Alright. He dealt 5 damage to it. And the monster has, let's check its hit points. Hit die. Alright. So, it is a monstrous man of sorts, right? But not like super monstrous, right? So it's just a monstrous kind of man. It has actually 2 hit die total. These things, right? It's a level 2 monster, 2 hit die. We dealt 5 damage. It has a total of 7 hit points. So it's at 2 of 7 left. It's wounded. We're putting him on the board.
Where's it hit?
Did it hit him in the arm or the face? Because, like, either one, I feel like
We'll use this guy to
he
represent him.
yeah.
Alright, so he's hit.
Like,
And the part that he was hit, the only areas available is his upper arm area, his body, and his head. We'll see what was hit. It was his face. He's hit in the face by an arbalist. It took out his eye, right? It wasn't enough to kill him, but it got stuck in his eye, right? The
That's
pearl went
fucking
right through his
wild.
face, or right into his face, and is just stuck in his eye. It wasn't deep enough to penetrate the brain and take him out, though. It like hit him at a weird angle that didn't outright kill him. Got through his eye and into his skull, right? Something like that. So he's not outright killed, but he's badly injured. He's at 2 of 7, right? Nearly dead.
I'm gonna grab that arrow, start tugging on it.
So
Does he
Right.
does he let go of him or anything? You
now,
react?
I did have to explain what he did before that, because remember he had surprise. In his surprise round, he brought Michelito to the floor, but in the following round in which we are able to react now, right? So in our reaction,
okay.
Wright turned to fire, but while Wright shot him in the face, he was doing something. And let me see his intentions, right? He's gonna roll intentions.
Oh shit.
So-
He's trying to fuck, it's all.
Hostile, okay? So he was hostile, right? Something not in our favor, and he did something we did not like, right? He was trying to drag Michelito out of here, right? So while Wright fired into his face, he actually went up those stairs, took a hit in the face, but was climbing those stairs with Michelito in his arms, right?
Still? Jeez,
so
it's like Diddy.
He's like halfway up,
That's
and then
like-
suddenly, he was like, before Wright even loosed the coral, right? He was dragging Michelito up the stairs, but halfway up, he's intercepted, shot in the face, and like, because he gets shot in the face, he's just kind of standing there. He's intercepted, right? He's like grabbing at his face, maybe releasing Michelito with a hit, actually, to stop any potential immediate bleeding. Because if he starts bleeding, he'll die. Most likely, he'll start taking damage, bleed damage. So he kind of grabs at his face to make sure it doesn't bleed, doesn't come loose, right? And he's in a lot of pain, right? He's in a lot of pain. He dropped Michelito, and Michelito, after being released from this dude, immediately, of course, nothing really in his hands, kind of falls down and draws a weapon, just slashes in retaliation, right? With all his might, he almost got manhandled and killed just now, so he's in a lot of anger and pain.
Dude.
He quickly turned around, and the item he crushes against the monster will do.
Short sword.
Does he have one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got one.
Yeah,
He quickly
short
drew the short sword and just cut right into the monster while it was vulnerable. So that's his reaction to the monster. So at 5 seconds, halfway through the second round of combat, because in round 1 only he could act, right? But in round 2, Wright fired at him. You guys are about to do something too, possibly, but after this happened, of course, kind of. So before you know it, you're all turning around about to take action, but Wright already shot at him at 5 seconds. The arrow landed, or the coral landed at 5 seconds. Michelito was released, and at 5 to 10 seconds before the round ended, he slashed that. He pulled, and as he drew his sword, he also cut at the same time, right? He like pulled and slashed, right?
They disembowel him.
Yeah, he went for a pull slash. He does attack from lower ground. He's got a lower chance to hit. He's also, laying on the ground. He's kind of like on his knees, turning around and slashing. Despite that, he hits, right? And he deals, the monster's pretty vulnerable there. He deals 1d6 damage here. Max. Gets his revenge, right? Quickly, just disembowels him. He goes for the gut, slices the monster's intestines, or the gut opens, intestines spill out over Michelito, blood sprays in his face, and like he quickly kind of staggers back from that, right? He just managed to kill him.
Back to the
creature.
group. Fuck that thing, dude.
The rest of the crew, of course, in reaction, starting with Sergeant Jerry. Right after you hear at 5 seconds, you heard the coral go off, but what was your intention after hearing all that commotion? Did you turn around and take aim with your sling or something else?
I'm gonna turn around. Man, I really wish I could light some shit on fire right now.
Bear in mind, could be something up here still. So
Nah,
you
I'm gonna spread out a little bit. Just take a. Can you zoom out a little bit? I'm probably gonna move more to the left.
West.
To the left of right. Yeah.
Right, you quickly.
Just on the other side of right.
In reaction, the idea is your crew was in the middle of exploring toward the eastern door. You suddenly heard commotion behind you. By the time you turned around, by the time you turned around, Wright already loosed a shot. Right, you saw something get hit in the darkness, dragging Michelito up, and by the time you took a step forward, Michelito already was freed of that monster, backing off, right, from the dark stairway, blood in his face, right. The combat's already pretty much over. There's no immediate follow-up threat from the north, at least. Mitchell, as you heard that commotion, did you want to turn and face it, or did you want to stand guard toward the north or something else?
I'm gonna continue to stand guard towards the north.
Okay. So you did not get distracted by your job or anything like that, or that commotion. You instead turned north and keep your eyes on this vast and dark area. We're actually going to roll a follow-up encounter. So with that noise, that actually might have attracted the possible or potential reinforcements to the north if they're there. So it's a 1 in 6 chance that right after what just happened, there's a follow-up, right? From either the north or the east or some other direction, right? 1 in 6. Clear. So fortunately, Mitchell, although there was that commotion, you look north and there's no immediate sound or sighting of any monsters or threats at that very moment. For Length, on the other hand, right, he was pushing up to that door with Captain Mitchell when the commotion began, right? He turned around with his axe, and he looked toward Captain Mitchell and stepped forward with him to guard the north with him, right? Got that door with him. So back to our door, but yeah, the mission's complete. Combat's over. We're no longer in turn-based like that.
Isn't Length my guy though?
Oh yeah. Length is your guy. So
I get to decide what he gets to do, right?
you could tell him what to do, but that'll take your turn.
I'll do that. I'll do that. But yeah.
So as you're moving west, you can
future,
give him orders, right? So what do you want to tell him as he's moving up to Mitchell? You can't control
Mitchell, do
them.
you want to
with
bust
NPC.
open this door? Is that what we're
The
planning
mission's
on, or?
the mission is
mission's
complete.
complete.
So what we should probably do is cut the head off of the Morlock, but we should all move around as a group.
All right, we got
Yeah,
it.
I
Yeah,
agree
that's the
completely.
Morlock.
I agree completely.
Chop his
I
head
think
off.
we should cut the head.
Chop
I
his
think
head
we
off.
should
Chop his head
chop
off.
the
Throw
head
it in a
off.
bag, and then I want the thief to check reload his arbalist, and then I want to look behind this door with the thief.
All right. So although the job's complete, you guys want to explore further anyway, right?
You can take a peekaboo. You know.
Yeah, I want to cut his head off at the end. I want to make sure.
No,
we
you
loot all
want to
these
cut it
damn
off
rooms.
now. We want to cut it off now because if we have to leave, we can't.
True,
we have to
true,
prove
true.
that we
You're right, you're
completed
right.
the quest.
All right,
You're
Michelito's working on it. Wright is guarding him with his arbalist, lantern on his belt. We're sending some guys in to check out this door.
Yeah, I'm guarding him as well.
All right, you're on guard. Okay, you can watch the north. Sergeant Jerry, as
Yep.
Mitchell and Leith work on this door. Okay, so Wright's got the stair. He's guarding the stair. He's on this stair and guarding that stair. Sergeant, you're in the room, watching the the vast dark of the chamber, right? And then Captain Mitchell and Leith are checking out the door. Okay, so Captain Mitchell, what do you want to do to the door? Just open it, or?
Is it barred or anything? Can I tell?
Let's check. 1 in 6 chance it's, or 2 in 6 chance it's stuck. Some kind of blockage. There's not stuck. There's no blockage. It's clear. And 2 in 6 chance that there's a keyhole, like a lock mechanism.
Mhm.
There is none. It's just a normal wooden door. So
Okay, I'm
kick
gonna
it
have
open.
Length open the door as I step towards Jerry.
Alright.
Jerry, do you mind?
No,
If I borrow Length.
Go
Alright.
for it.
You
go
ask
for
Lane
it.
to breach, right? Lane says, should I just kick it? The hinges
Um,
are, let me check if they're on our side or not, actually.
Length decides he's gonna be a little bit sneaky.
They are on our
and
side.
He's gonna go for.
Alright, he can't
Okay,
kick it.
they are on our
Yeah,
side.
so he has to pull it, actually. If he wants to open it.
Yeah. He's gonna pull it open, and Mitchell, you want to run in and.
Well, it's gonna open towards me probably. So
The hinges are
he's
here.
gonna
Oh,
look
I
in.
So it open up toward this wall here, right?
Yeah. Do you want me to open it up and you run in, or the other way around?
We just go together. I mean, I'm gonna go
Okay.
in,
Okay.
and then
I-
we'll go.
Length
We're gonna go
opens
one
it.
after another. So
Yeah. Length opens it. Mitchell runs in, and I run in behind him, or Length runs in behind him.
Very well.
I would.
Okay.
I would stay where you are. 2 of us would be fine.
So you just want to wait for these guys to get into formation after they finish coating the head? Or do you guys want to do that?
Yes,
one time?
actually. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, so you stay on guard, you give them a minute to cut that head off. Michelito reports that he's throwing the head to the stair. You can take it on the way out, right? It's a bloody mess of a head. He just chucks it at the stair. Right, it's on the way out. They get into position. For the positions, Michelito gets up there ready to sleep scroll to sleep anything behind that door. Right guards our rear with his arbalist from the stair still. He's got the high ground. And then the rest of you are ready to push in, right, as Length opens the door. Okay, so Length opens, right? Okay. In that case, we get to map out, or we'll map it out momentarily. We'll see. Get an idea of what's behind this door. Okay, so
It's just a big ass room of treasure. It ain't anything else. It's crazy.
we wish, but no. We're in dungeon level 2
It's
still.
just
Bear
treasure.
that in mind. So if there is treasure, it's dungeon level 2 level treasure, right? It's juicy as fuck.
So,
If it is treasure, it's
so
not.
it's, yeah, or it could it's be a mimic. Okay.
Turns out,
Just another staircase.
we've got a dead end corridor 20 feet away to the east, and then we've got a corridor continuing toward the south, and it zigzags, it looks like. Zigzags toward the east,
Mm-mm.
and then from there you can't see too much, right?
Uh-huh.
That is the immediate sighting as you pushed in, right, past the door. So you pushed in, you only can observe what's in that light radius of yours. So you, in this first area that you pushed in with shield and hammer ready, right? Or were you just observing in, or were you pushing in? So if you
Where you
observe,
push
if
in?
you didn't, if you observed first, you only see this, right? If you push in,
Mhm.
you get to see what's actually like in here.
I'm pushing it, yeah. I mean, I know it's there, so I'm.
So you
I'm
quickly just
walking
charged
into
in,
the room.
right?
Yeah, I'm going through the doorway, so you
Hopefully it
know.
wasn't a tripwire. Okay.
The door. Oh, true. It did open towards us.
Okay, clear. This first area you walk right through, right, as the door opens, just clear, right? But to the east and south, let's find out. Clear. All right, it's barren. You just burst it, or you slammed the door open, or pulled it open, and just charged into an empty corridor. To the east, it's an empty dead end. Maybe you can encamp that position, or make it a new outpost, right? If you report this position has been taken, right, they can secure this position, right? Secure the south quarter. South quarter continues to the south and turns east. It goes south for 20 feet from the corner, right? So from this 10-foot corner, it goes 20 feet east before turning, or 20 feet south before going east, right? The troop is pushing through, right? Alright. So at this point, what would you like to do, Captain Mitchell, your crew? South or east or something else?
Jerry,
Yes, what's up?
you want to keep going?
Yeah, I'm down.
Alright,
Let's keep going,
Let's
so.
go see where this is going.
Might as well.
Alright. We're headed south. Crew
How long
forms
does
up.
light last?
Your candles or? Because we originally used
No,
candles.
no, the spell.
Oh, the spell.
Yeah.
I think it lasts an
Like,
hour.
Is it,
I can double check.
no, I mean.
You want me to? Okay. It's easy.
I have one, so.
Yeah, it's hella dark in this bitch.
If you'll make things nice and pretty, you can cast it.
No, I don't want to get fucking jumped by the Diddy monster again.
Yeah, that guy almost took advantage of your Michelito.
Yeah, Michelito was about to get butt fucked by a monkey.
His armor wouldn't have protected him there. It would have just been dead if we didn't react quickly. Or 6 turns plus the level of the caster. So in turns. Turns are 10 minutes. So of course that would be an hour and 10 minutes, right, for like a level 1 caster.
Alright, let's just keep pushing. Let's see.
Okay.
South it is. It's on the way forward. All right, let's check what's in that corner. Corner's not clear. Something's there. Let's see. It's not empty. Alright.
Oh.
So we've got some type of structure toward the south in that corner. I'm gonna check what it is though. The rules is a chart. You have to roll. There it is.
It's a giant waifu shrine.
Alright. We roll this one. This 5 indicates what kind of it is. Alright. It turns out. It is some kind of huge, would be these vines, like growing in the corner. Or not vines. It's it'd be water, like a pool, like a trickling pool of water in this little area here. So I'll draw it out on the map. But what's more important about this small drip of water, right? So a little creek here. The water is like all pooling at this little corner. I'll draw on your map. So it's pooling here. What's so important about it is that there are valuables clearly visible within this liquid. Okay. The liquid looks very glossy and thick, particularly it looks very glossy, thick, and translucent. So you can see through it. The coloration, however, is a strange purple, right? And,
fuck no, it's Mind Flayers. We're out. We're leaving.
No, it's not Mind Flayers. I think it might be just the blob, dog. I think it's just a blob. What I want to do.
No, let's listen to what he has. He's had more to say.
There's more to it. So it's a purple puddle, right? Purple. Thick purple puddle. Right, so thick purple puddle.
This shit'll fuck us up.
Okay. But what seems to be creating this thick purple puddle, this ooze kind of substance, this very sticky substance. You can see like the walls are covered in like this vegetation of sorts, right? So this sticky pool of puddle here with a deep blackish hole in the far kind of back, but the wall is covered in green, like plant life, that has a lot of little spikes on it, like little needles. And then of course they're greenish and they're colored in purple, where the surface is colored in purple. But to give you an idea of what it looks like, it kind of looks like a Venus flytrap, right? The walls are covered in plant matter, and then the
Okay,
ooze
so first thing
is within the
I wanna
basin of
try.
it.
I think I get it. I think I know what I want to try. I just want to toss a rock in.
Why you toss a grenade? Why don't we back up and throw a grenade at it?
And there are valuables
Because
in there.
that'll destroy the valuables.
The valuables.
Yep, you can see in that purple puddle that there's like things that can't melt in it, right? You can clearly see there's no organic matter in there. It also really smells good here, by the way. It smells like a very sweet plant matter, right? Like this is juice, right? Very tasty nectar.
So is crazy.
I'm thinking it is disintegrating.
Right? You see metallic objects in there which are very valuable.
Let's go actually have a better idea. Let's go get the fucking body of that thing and just throw it in there.
I was thinking something even better. We go and grab some of that hole in that rope and we just create like a makeshift hoop and just gather that stuff out of it.
If it's eating, right? If it's like...
It's not going to eat through the rope.
No. If we give it the body of that thing, because we have the head already, it'll just stay closed and eat it.
Yeah, but why would we do that?
Because if we give it a rock, it'll open back up because it's a fucking rock.
Well, isn't it? Well, we
It's
have to
not eating.
be careful of the ooze, right?
Yeah, kinda.
That's
Probably.
more what I'm worried about.
Yeah, well, this... Alright,
Alright.
Oh, he has a grappling hook we could probably try.
I don't know.
So far,
But, like, if we give it the body of that thing, right? Like, throw some meat from that big old motherfucker in there.
We could try that.
It'll be eating it, probably, while it's... Because if we...
Okay, I wanna just toss a rock. I'm just gonna toss a rock into the puddle. What happens?
yep. So you discuss it, you're about to take action against it, but also to describe the valuables, there's 10 pieces of silver in there. So, let's see. 10.
That's a gold piece, dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me check if there's anything else. Chance for others.
I don't know how to get rid of this fucking... You have a water skin on you, but I don't know if that's gonna do anything.
That's very smart. Actually, I think that might get rid of it as well.
Otherwise, it's clear. So the only valuables in there are 10 pieces of silver. I don't know if it's worth it or not. That's 1 gold, right?
It's worth it
Obviously,
to
you
me.
scoop it out.
I'm willing to do this, right? So I'm gonna toss a rock in the liquid. What happens?
All right. So you're gonna toss a rock. As you're tossing a rock, Mitchell, what do you want to do? Do you want to step around the corner and guard the east, or something else?
Yeah, I would like to step around the guard.
Okay. You step around, and you
Don't
reveal.
get so close to that thing now. You know, what the heck? Go
you
around
just
the
kinda
corner.
peek barely,
No.
right? Like that. Or you want to
Yeah.
go over here?
Get this.
No,
I
like
don't
go
want this
around
shit
it.
grabbing me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So as
fine,
you
it's
like
fine. Just
quickly
take me around.
peek and start making your way forward, you realize that this area here is empty. It's clear, fortunately.
Okay, cool.
However, directly south of that, actually, it's supposed to zigzag. This goes like this. Oh, wrong marker. This goes like this, and then goes like this, and goes like this. So it's like that. So around the corner, you got a tunnel to your south. And that tunnel to south is clear. Alright, little to nothing in there. Michelito, of course, has
You
sleep
could probably
still ready.
burn the thing alive.
Okay. These guys just stand by. Wright's got his
After all.
bow on the door, watching your exit, right? In case something else comes through. You can close the door.
Yeah, we
right?
should throw.
Sergeant Jerry, by the way, right? You guys
Yeah.
are pretty deep. Hopefully you don't get cut off, right? Okay. Sergeant Jerry, you toss something that the puddle. You want to toss one of your sling stones?
Yeah, just one of my stuff.
All right. It just goes in there,
That thing.
and it's as thick as honey, right? So it like hits the surface and it's it sinks immediately, but slowly, right? Not super slow. It just sinks the same rate as like honey. And the amount of puddle or the amount of juice there, it's a thin layer of juice, so it doesn't sink very deep. It's like maybe only 1 inch deep, right? Because it's the nectar of this large carnivorous cave plant, right?
Does it bubble at all?
A little bit, yes. A few little bubbles
it-
like pop up to the
Yeah,
surface.
a little bit of steam.
That's your sweat coming off that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Was there any steam coming off?
Yeah, it's
it?
probably
Okay.
acidic, right?
Yeah.
It melted that
Oh.
stuff in there.
Okay.
It's like
so yeah,
stomach acid.
I say
Sweet.
we head back to the mule. We come back.
You can blow it up. The
We light it
treasure
on
should be
fire.
okay if you blow this thing up because it's metal.
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna light. I mean, we could light it on fire too.
Yeah, that too.
Well,
Yeah.
then
You get very smoky.
I don't want to destroy the goods.
It's
Well,
fire and it's silver. What the fuck? That's
Oh
how you
yeah,
make
yeah,
silver.
we're fine. We're fine.
Just throw,
Shit.
throw, like it's this. The vines
Oh, yeah, I
on the
take the
ceiling. We
candle.
just throw fucking fire
You
onto
want
the
to play like
cuttings.
this? We can play like this. I take the candle out of my
The
lantern.
candle. You know, stop.
The candle out of my lantern, and I flick it in there.
It's gonna go dark for you. Is that okay? Maybe you want to light a separate
It's gonna
candle
what?
and then replace your old candle with a
Yeah,
fresh
yeah,
candle.
yeah. Sorry, that's smart.
Throw the
If the
old-
candle,
Very
if the
smart.
candle would wait, what if this explodes? Nah, I would no way.
It looks like nectar. It looks organic, or like acid maybe.
Mhm.
So who knows if it's explosive or not? But
Yeah,
it's,
and
it
if it was,
looks
it
unlikely.
was, it would have to be.
It might not
gaseous,
even-
like,
it
yeah,
might
it
not
doesn't
even
smell very
burn. It
gaseous.
might not
Yeah.
even
That's
Yeah,
maybe
farts
stomach
don't smell
acid.
sweet. We're fine.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a plant
I've-
stomach acid of
I've
sorts.
smelled this
Right.
shit before.
Nectar.
This ain't no
So.
silver.
All right.
So yeah, I'll light another candle. I'll
The
use that
candle
old.
fizzles out.
I'll use my old candle, and I'll just toss that candle in there.
All right. So as Jerry's working on that, Mitchell, do you just want to keep going in the position, or do you want to explore further, or do you want to do something else? I see he's busy
I'm
getting
good
that
here.
ready.
I'm good here right now.
Oh, you just gonna hold? All right. So you hold south.
Yep.
I do have to do an encounter check actually. We haven't made some noise. I'm gonna see if there's anything down this passage, wandering monster wise. Clear. No signs of any monsters to the south at the moment. You don't hear or see anything down there. Crew up here, right? Just on standby. We'll check for the western approach. Clear. Alright, nice. So progress is made. Sergeant Jerry, toss the candle in there, and it goes out as soon as it hits the.
Fizzles out.
Yeah, fizzles out. So
Shit.
you lost one candle.
So
to
you're
the
gonna have
south.
to. You're gonna have to throw something like flammable and kind of sticky, like oil or something, like an oil lantern at the vines themselves, and like it's because it's probably hanging in the corner of the ceiling.
No, the thing is, I don't know how we're gonna get rid of the goo. Even if we get rid of.
The goo is fine. It just you don't want to get grabbed by the fucking shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's a big, giant, motherfucking vein. It's got giant tentacles with thorns on them to grab shit. That's just like his drool. It's up in the top corner of the room. So any flammable, sticky flammable liquid will get it. Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
that's what you were
And there's a lantern on the,
talking-
what the fuck is he called? Bro, the thief. That is oil. We could use
yeah,
that
yeah.
to throw it onto there, but he will. We'll have to give him another light source.
Yeah, no, I have a candle right here. I'll help him light it.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. That should
Yeah,
work. We
come
should
over
just
here,
get this
big
thing,
guy.
get the silver, and leave.
Yeah, yeah,
But
come over here.
let's
big
light this
guy.
thing on
Light this shit
fire.
on fire.
Okay. So let me try candles real quick. Jerry, just to let you know, for candles, you're down to. Fuck, where are candles?
Right there, right below lantern, right next to the knapsack, right above pole.
Oh yeah. You should be down to 8, or sorry, 7. Yeah. You start with 9. You used up 2. One's in your lantern itself, and one's being thrown. Right.
Yeah.
That one that was thrown was just consumed by the nectar. It doesn't melt or anything. It just kind of sinks down into the nectar.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. It smells good.
That's it.
That's about it. Okay. All right. How would you like to proceed? You said you want to light this thing on fire. How are you gonna do that?
Who was it? It was. What's the other guy's name? What's the thief's name?
Oh yeah.
The thief's name is right.
Get right up here.
Wright's gonna come over here. I'm gonna
Flame it.
tell him the plan. This is the plan, right? We're gonna take this. What do you have in your inventory, right?
Because I can do it.
In your inventory that I needed?
Michelito speaks up and says, if I might interject, I did memorize my sleep spell, so I have a free sleep spell. I can just
You
sleep
sleep a
this thing.
plant?
Perhaps I could. Right. Should
Bruh.
I try it? and you guys can just crush it, or maybe
It
grab the
doesn't-
loot
I
out.
don't think that works, bro. DM, are you about to make me waste my spell?
Maybe, right? Do you want to let Mitchell cast
It's
sleep
a
on it?
plant. There's no
Wait,
way.
wait. He said he hasn't memorized it?
I mean, I know it
Yeah,
doesn't work
his
on
memorized spell is sleep, right? Sleep doesn't work
Yeah.
against monsters that can't go to sleep. Can a plant go to sleep though? Right?
No, a plant can't go to sleep.
It depends. There's only like one kind of plant that does that. Technically, it's not this plant probably.
Does he have that sleep every single day, or
He has
once
scroll. He has
uses it-
other scrolls though. What other scrolls do I have?
I don't know if that's worth. We'd be using.
No,
20
just light the
GP.
mother.
Alright.
Let.
And then of
like,
course,
light-
right while Mitchell makes that suggestion, Right steps up and says, "You know, I've got flaming oil. I can just toss it in there."
Yeah,
Oh,
that
no.
light. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw flaming oil on the fucking tentacles, and I'm gonna pull back. So like, Ryan's gonna step forward. We're gonna pull back into where we came from together, and then he throws it, and he's gonna back up with us.
All right, so the whole crew is backing up right now, giving Right some space to.
Yeah.
He says if it's alright with you though, I'd rather think so we don't create a lot of smoke, and make this quicker. I'll just throw a shrapnel grenade in there, blow it up.
Okay. Yep. That's deal. Blow it up.
Okay, so we all take cover, we all fall back. And
Yeah.
Right gets like pretty close, so he doesn't miss. He lights the fuse on his grenade and just chucks it in, right? And then steps back. And that thing blows up for 2d8 damage. Took 10 damage from that blast. As for its hit points, it has a total of 2d8 hit points actually. In dungeon level 2. It has 4 hit points left. It's still alive, but barely. It's a mess, right? You blew it up. The nectar's everywhere. The coins are scattered, right? Some of them are still in there. But it's heavily damaged plant, right? So it's all broken up and chunky at this point. So I'll just note that.
We can't
Can I
really
just-
shoot it with arrows. It's not gonna
Let
work.
me just try to shoot a sling at it.
Yeah, hit it with a rock.
Yeah, I'll hit it with a rock.
It's gonna be so good. If this works, fuck it, you know.
And
but
it is
whatever.
indeed a fly
We'll see.
trap. You can see it like reacting in pain, right? Like you see its tendrils kind of
Yeah.
wincing, like breaking off, and like
I'll do my whole like
They're
I'll
twitching.
spin the sling with my arm, do a little spin
Little
real
dance
quick, and
there.
sling it out.
throw another grenade in there. All right, so 2 grenades are just chucked into that.
Oh no,
thing.
not a grenade, not
Oh.
a grenade, not a
What are
grenade.
you gonna use?
Just a regular.
A regular stone? Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Alright. You sling a stone into this plant. Maybe you'll kill it. Let's see.
96.
Alright.
Damn,
So-
you suck.
Damn.
You just hit the wall behind it with your first shot. It's a stationary target. It's not moving at all. So it's actually really easy to hit.
Damn, dude.
But your roll was so low
Try
that you just
again,
hit the
bro.
wall past it.
Okay,
You
I'll
gotta finish stones
I'll try
basically.
again. But this time I won't fuck up.
Alright, you hit it. Let's see if you kill it. This thing is monstrous. It's a monstrous plant.
It's a plant.
Actually, it's supposed to have
Get
48
hit
hit
with a
points.
rock.
Yeah, because it's monstrous. It's supposed to have 48. And then, yeah, monstrous creatures have twice as much, but also twice as much XP. Just 1.
I thought he had 14. Okay.
It's gonna have 4,
I
so
thought he was at 4. I thought he
On
was
top
at
of
4
the,
health, yeah.
Yeah.
on top of the 4, it's got another 4, so it's 8 total. He hits it with a stone. Bear in mind, a stone is a small weapon compared to it, so it'll do is half damage. So 1d4 divided by 2, 1 damage to it.
Damn,
It's
son.
got like 7 hit points left. I'll note that down.
We're gonna have to throw another grenade at that motherfucker.
It went from 4 to 7. Holy shit.
7 out of 18. Right. It's a monstrous fly trap.
Keep throwing grenades at it. We gotta get
Yeah,
it.
just throw another grenade. Throw another grenade. Throw another
Bro,
grenade.
but wasting.
See how big it is, right? It's 5 feet by 5 feet. It's huge, right? Man size.
How much
fly
are these
trap.
grenades each? 20?
Man eating
Just
one.
10 silver. Yeah. So
Okay.
Throw it
yeah,
again.
it would be 80 right now.
Alright.
But
We're really
Chuck another grenade in there.
this Shit, bro.
Blow it up. Grenade just lands in the nectar and sticks in there, right? With left. You blow it up for another. Now the grenade is not halved for the damage. It's considered equal sized damage attack, right? So 5 damage hits it. It's at 2 left. Barely alive, right? It's like barely twitching. It's closing, by the way. It's already like it's trying to close, by the way, so it's more protected. Like it's closing all over the nectar, which is very vulnerable, right? That's its like internals. It's all blown up in a mess though. so it's heavily damaged. Right just fires another core roll into it, auto hit pretty much, backstab. Yeah, it's like little to no chance he would miss that. All right, fired one arbalist shot into it. That's a thief. 16. That's a kill. It's divided by 2, of course, because it's pretty small compared to this monster, but still a kill overall. Fires it, and finally it stops twitching, stops wincing in pain, and just kind of collapses like a dead vegetable, right? So.
I got that.
About to cook it up
No
like
longer
delicious in
wiggling.
the dungeon.
All right. So you could tell that the plant itself is valuable, right? If you carry this whole thing out of the dungeon, it probably can fetch a decent price, the nectar included.
That was the plan.
But it's heavily damaged because it's been blasted. It's got full of holes, and the nectar's all over the place. So unfortunately,
Just tenderized.
No,
it's
just a
in
plan.
chunks
We
and
could
pieces. If you
definitely
manage to
fucking
scoop it up,
bring
if it's
this
worth
back
it to you, it's at least worth food, right? So it can maybe feed someone, particularly the nectar. But the nectar's all a mess. It's full of shrapnel now. So actually, this thing might not be worth anything anymore. Body-wise, it's like 1% value. I don't think
I'll
anyone
cut
would buy
its
this.
head off. I'll cut its head off for proof of death.
Proof
How
of
about
death, proof of kill, sure. It actually has no head though. That's the thing. The whole thing is
Why
like
not?
a head.
He cuts out the meatiest, juiciest part of where
So
the nectar was coming
this thing is
from.
not a hostile monster. It's only hostile monsters that have bounties, but or it is pretty. you can't-
Bounties?
Bounties, like when you get paid for your kills. Bounties, right? Bounties are placed on
Damn.
hostile monsters. This thing is somewhat hostile. It is a hazard, so you'll still get paid, but probably not as much as a real threat, right? So, real threats are very pricey, right? So, or very profitable. So, if you carry the whole, pieces of it back as proof that you kill this thing, like the main pieces, right, show you killed this huge man-sized, Venus flytrap kind of thing, right? You'll get paid.
And I do I have any glass? Fuck, I don't have any glass. Anything.
More
do I?
importantly, you get the
What?
money.
Oh, I want to take my water skin, and I want to just. Oh fuck, no. What if
Can't
it
really
corrodes
put it in
it?
there.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't waste so much time.
Yeah, the plant matter stuff. Yeah, it's all over the place right now. It's a mess. You destroyed it. Blew that thing
Let's
up.
gather the silver. And I want to look around the corner, see what's there, and then there's nothing there, and we'll leave.
Yeah.
Okay, noting that this is now an obliterated fly trap. Also, who
I'm
wants to
gonna
take
find
the
the wares.
silver? It's who wants to carry the loot? 10 silvers.
100 silver.
That was 10.
Huh?
10 silvers.
Or sorry, 100 copper, right? Or 10 silver, right? Just give me. Just give it to me, I guess.
Okay.
Well, we can split it between me and Jerry.
Captain Mitchell will carry it for now. So you just kind of grab at it. As you're busy looting this thing of the copper, the silver, Riot, of course, reloads his Arbalest, and it's like taking a position to guard that corner here. You guys
I'm
plan
gonna
to explore
reload my
deeper?
stone.
Okay. And then, of course, Michelito, with Shield and Sleep Scroll, he kind of just moves up with Mitchell and watches. Sergeant Jared, you want to watch the exit or something else?
Yeah, sure. I'll stay by the door.
You and me?
Yeah, right there.
Okay. You guys guard the exit. Make sure nothing's coming from, the chamber or the stairs. Right. All right. That was a lot of noise actually. So the noise check, it's actually counts as an encounter check. So we gotta check if there's any oncoming encounters from the south or from the west. Clear. Let's check the west territory. Clear. Right. No oncoming sounds or monsters approach. Doesn't sound like anything's approaching your position. Right's got his eyes on the south. Let's see if he sees anything. Okay. Clear and clear. Yeah, it's empty. Can't really see too far, but he knows that it looks pretty empty over there. Small indeed. Mapped.
Oh wait, if they had a blood trail that went to the other where the other monster was, and that was the Murloc that we killed, apparently.
Yeah, we should go and
That was-
check the blood trail.
We should check the blood trail because there should be like loot
Should we
from the
finish
other
this?
adventures.
Should we finish this?
Nah, we should go loot that shit, because this shit is not going nowhere fast. It's a zigzag.
Okay, let's go.
It probably connects to another larger room or some other shit.
Alright,
You know?
we do have a stair though
So-
to the east. Leads up back to dungeon level 1.
Oh, okay.
This
Well,
might
we could go. I
reconnect
guess
to
we could go out
previous
that way and
areas.
pop out somewhere else. But
Papa a party.
It leads up, but we don't know
but
where
I'd
it
rather
leads
go.
up
I'd
to,
rather go
right?
follow the blood trail because I feel like
Yeah.
they
you're
dragged a bunch of people, but like the
loot.
adventurers that way and like left their shit.
right. We could split up.
Nah, are you crazy?
We could split up. I mean,
That's
you can hear me,
famous
right?
last words.
You can hear me scream.
Yeah, you're trolling. All right,
Alright,
I'm gonna go meet up with Jerry.
time
Let's
wise,
go and get the
guys.
blood trail.
Time wise,
What
I
time
think
is
we're
it?
coming toward
Pay attention.
the end of game time almost. Let's check.
Okay.
Can I go past
We're going to the blood trail.
an hour or 3 hours? So we start the game, by the way, at 4 p.m. and it's already 7 p.m. So we're already at 3 hours. So we should be wrapping this up right now.
Okay.
I understand your eagerness to explore deeper, but we might have to save it for next weekend, right? Because we're at 3 hours
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, that's okay.
So we'll wrap it up here if that's all right. And then yeah, we'll grab the loot.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll make
grab
camp in that corner over there. So,
Yep.
Right there.
You guys want to do that right now? You can leave the
not
dungeon.
really. I kind of want to just wrap it up if we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. So we're headed out to get
Yep.
paid, right? So crew is abandoning the position naturally, but hopefully we can. If you want, you can actually occupy the position, but you weren't hired to. There's going to be another crew that will move into the area that you cleared and take the position, establish, a new position down here. Your job was to clear it. Their job will probably be to take a position, like capture the flag style, right? That's one of the type of missions you can get. So capture a point. Your mission wasn't for a capture. It's just to attack, and that's it. Attack and withdraw. So
We can do extracurriculars, or we can roll to see if there was loot.
So yeah, unfortunately this area was pretty barren, right? That little thing there had a little bit of treasure, but not too much.
That's okay. We made some money off it. I'm okay
It
with
wasn't a
that.
major threat though, so it's not gonna have too much treasure naturally. It's an easy kill overall, right? Can't really do anything unless you
Michelito's gonna want to break after
mess
this
around
shit.
with it.
Yeah, I know.
So any reckless characters, or this thing's mostly here for hunting other cave dwellers, not really adventurers. But the stupidest of adventurers might fall for the trap, right? See,
It smells sweet though.
play around in that stomach and juices,
I mean,
right?
like the rat cave with the black and white death mushrooms on the wall. Touch them
They still touch them anyway. Okay.
always, bro.
Always. Classic. Alright. The crew is getting out of here, right?
Put a puddle in the way. They fucking look at it too much.
We're going to summarize the results, of course. Overall, you did good. Upon making it out of the dungeon, your team is congratulated for taking down the Morlock that was reported to be left behind. Fortunately, there weren't more than just one. It was just the one guy. So you secured the position, basically, or you cleared it so that they can secure it. It is mostly secure now, right? You cleared the threat, so now they can start moving in and taking parts of the dungeon there. But you did some extracurricular, like you said, right? You went in deeper, you made some discoveries, scouted out an eastern quarter. More importantly, you brought back evidence of a kill. You basically disarmed some type of hazard down there, a giant man-eating Venus flytrap. It's not really a threat to the crew, or it is a safety hazard, so they do pay you for it. They're able to offer you a payment of, or a reward. It's not something that's promised, it's just a privilege to get paid for something like that. That's never had done it in the first place. They did reward you for it though, anyway. That thing would be considered worth the they gave you 4 coppers for the kill, because it's not a huge threat, right? So it's like $40 for killing that thing.
Ballin'.
Right, so 4 coppers for that. I'll start listing out all the profits right here. So 4 coppers for proof of killing something there, they just give you $40, right? Let's see. For a dungeon level 2 encounter, just one dungeon level 2 monster encounter, kind of trap encounter that you disarmed. So yeah, that monster was considered not really a monster, but a trap, right? A a monster trap. So you got 4 coppers for disarming it, but what's mainly profitable of it is the 10 silver that you retrieve from it. Right. So we'll remove that from whoever's sheet that we put it on, which I don't think I put on anyone's sheet in particular. I just noted it down somewhere. Let's see. Yeah. It was between Mitchell, I think. He was gonna take the silver. Alright. Right, you grabbed it, you looted it, but I didn't note it down. But now we're noting it. It's right here. So we got 10. For the job, daily wages is more important. You did move into a hazardous environment, so it's 2 silver each for base pay. For your leader, if there's any issues, please report it. But otherwise, for successfully leading the expedition, you get 3 instead. Right. So 3 for Mitchell, 2 for everyone else, 1 for any retainers. Right. Retainers only get 1. So. Okay. And then aside from this, daily wages are paid out. Let's see. No wait, it doesn't matter if you're a retainer or not. You still get standard wage, yeah, from the working for the company. So he also received 2. Yeah, not 1. That would be just your own pay of the shares to him. Let's see. They hired your crew. They give you each your daily wages for working for their company in particular. Because the idea is that you do these jobs, but they're profiting because to kill these monsters, they go in and loot, right? So that's what they get out of it, and they also get the positions, the territory. Okay. For the kill, the Morlock kill, that's more important actually. It's probably the most important thing that we accomplished. It is worth a total of 2 XP. Right, so 2 XP. And its bounty is, of course, a total of 2 gold.
2 gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 2 gold bounty. So that's going to be added to your total treasure here. That's 20, so that's 30 right here. That's not including everyone's wage. So this is the shares, and these are the wages, right? Wages are separate from the shares. The shares is 30 silver, 3 gold, or 3 gold total, right? 'Cause 2 gold is 20.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we're gonna convert this all into copper to make it easier to calculate. So that's 304. Okay. So these are shares right here. This is the share, and these are the wages, right? Let's see. I think that's everything they have to pay you for. They've paid your wages and they've paid your shares, right? Your daily wage, and your share for any kills you got.
Hazard pay. Oh, my hazard
Yep,
pay.
hazard pay was included in the wages right here. Right, it'd be 1 silver a day. It's double. 50% for you, or more than double. It's 250% for you since you led the crew. All right, in that case, it's time to pay out. 304, right? I'm assuming that when it comes to shares, Wright was promised a half share or 1 share, right? Jerry's got 2 shares. Mitchell's got 2 shares. Length is a half share or 1 share, right? Mitchell is 1 share. So Mitchellito, is that fine? All right. So it's 5 shares total.
Yeah.
All right. Just to make the math easy, we're not going to include the 4 coppers. Someone can just take that, right? Just to make it easier.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna give the bonus pay to the poorest person, or who should take that bonus of 4?
Hmm?
There's a bonus pay of 4.
Give it to Jerry.
Give it to Jerry. Okay. So Jerry will get the extra
What are
4.
you doing?
4 copper extra.
Yeah,
That
you
would be
were
good.
sergeant.
Yeah.
I guess you deserve it. Yeah, makes sense. You helped lead the
I used
expedition.
road dog.
All right. 300 divided by 5 shares is a total of 60 each share. You guys get 2, so you guys get 120 for this. So 120 for the big dogs and 60 for the half share guys.
2.5.
Okay. Oh yeah, you got. No, did you want 2.5 shares from this?
No, I mean, if it's easier to do 2,
Yeah, I give you 2. I did 2.5, of course, for the wages, but when it came to loot,
Oh, okay, my fault. Yeah,
or
yeah.
the shares, right? You got 2 shares, you got 2
Yeah.
shares, they got 1.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah,
you,
makes sense. All right.
yeah, alright. So, okay, so that's how we're gonna do it here. For this one at least. You can always change it up next time, but that's pretty basic right there. The leaders of the crew got 2 shares, the and such, adventurers and entertainers. Followers got 1 share each. Alright. So let me pay out the crew, one at a time, of course. Also, we gotta appoint the XP. 2 XP was earned from the expedition. Who's gonna take it? Right, and at least these guys think that Rai should take 1 because he got one of the kills, the Morlock kill, I think. Oh no, that was him, and without him, of course, Michelito wouldn't be able to kill it, right? Yeah. Right intercepted it. So Michelito and Wright think that it should go to maybe them. But also there's the argument that maybe Lean should take it because he's level 0, right? Jerry's, of course, not level 0 anymore.
Jerry's planning on keeping Length around, which I think he is, and I'll give it to him.
Yeah, I'm down to keep Length around and give it to Michelito 1-on-1 if you're down to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Wright should probably take the other one, I guess, because
it's only 2.
Oh, yeah.
There's only 2. That's what I'm saying, the other one, but I don't know how he works. Do I have to pay him? Do I have to insure his stuff every time?
Who? Right? No, it's only once.
Do you want to keep this
so
guy?
he's in your services from now on. Like he's your employee, right? You're his employer, right? Until you fire him or he quits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you've already insured him.
So his day's wage is just a part, like a share of the loot, then, not just.
Yeah. From now on, all you pay him is a day's wage, which is 1 silver or 2, and then of course the shares, right? 1 share, right? If you get 2, or half share if you get 1, right? Mathematically.
Okay.
Always half as much as you. Right.
It's pretty useful. We'll keep him around. We'll give him that.
It's just like Michelito.
Yeah, because
right?
you say Michelito again.
When it comes to shares, right? Same kind of share.
Yeah, and it'll give us options too, because we don't have a thief, so that's good. And it keeps my 100 gold investment.
You know what? Actually, I'm saying we give 1 XP to Length, half an XP to Right, 1 half XP to Mitch.
You can't give half.
Yeah, there's no halves.
Damn.
Yeah, give it to Right. Just give it to Right.
Yeah, give it to Right.
120.
Sorry, 12. It's gonna be 12.
God damn! I was like, holy fuck, bro. Level
All right.
3 gonna go crazy.
So, Wright gets it. He becomes 2 of 12. Right, he had 1 because he's level 1 minimum. Michelito, of course, receives an XP as well. Was it right? Or who was it? Length? No, Length. Yeah. So Length can get promoted.
Jerry's Length is crazy.
Yeah.
Can we change his name too? Can I like smack him out of his fucking name being Length?
You
Sadly,
smack the Length out of him.
No, you cannot change
I want
his
to know
name.
his real name. I'll learn his real name. Don't worry.
It was sadly assigned to him at birth by his terrible parents, right? His old player.
I believe that.
Okay.
Yeah, his brother was named Earth that died, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunate name. Alright.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It builds character, right? Length began.
Yeah.
He started his career as a horrible name, getting bullied probably as a child. Maybe he didn't have the length that people thought he might have. And then, of course, as a career adventurer, his first time, didn't look good at all. He got medically septo almost and then rehired by the same group, right? So, let's see.
Yeah, he's just happy to be here, man.
Yeah, he's happy that you give him another chance. There was no chance for him to make a morale check because the only time the cowardice trait comes to play is when he actually has to do something. So, he didn't have to do shit today, so we didn't have to test his bravery today at all, right? So.
I don't know.
Alright.
Pretty spooky.
He opened the door.
Snatched up by
It's kind of nice though.
Monkeys.
Yeah, but it wasn't him. That's the thing, right? So.
Yeah.
If it was him though, he'd be out of here. He'd be crying, right? So.
Nah, he would have been fucked, bro. It's over for him.
All right. At least you have an extra body that can carry some shit for you, right? Let's see. Possibly extra fighter, right? Anyway, we're gonna one by one pay out your characters, starting with Mitchell. Me and Mitchell, we're gonna start with your wage. For the company wage, they paid you 30 coppers, $300 roughly. And then for your shares that you earned from what you guys profited in the dungeon, that'd be 120. Yeah, so 150 total. Alright. Okay, so that's your payout. We're doing all payouts right now. Next payout is Wright. Wright received 60 for his share and 20 for his wage, so 140. Right. That's a pretty good run right there. He made basically 1,400 US dollars and a 3-hour work shift, right? So, okay. Next is that's Mitchell and Wright. Complete. Okay. Next would be Michelito. Same share roughly, 20 and 60, so an 80. Oh, I give him a little too much. Oops, this guy. So let's be 60 and 20, so 80. Yeah, not 140. My bad. So 800 US dollars. Same with Michelito. 8. Okay. All right. Yeah, he got his XP. He has a T1. Okay, next is Jerry. Jerry, you received 120 plus your wage of 20, so 140 total. Yeah, 140. So you're at 150 now. Then no XP. You also received the extra 4, right? The spare 4 that we didn't want to include in the math.
Nope.
Alright. And then NPC Jerry Length received his wages, which you actually owed him 10, right, at the end of the expedition, so you're going to pay him his 10.
Yeah.
So 144.
Yeah.
He gets his 10 from you, he gets his 20 from the company that you worked for today, and then of course he gets his 60, so 90 coppers is what he profits today. Surprisingly, he made more money. Or actually, yeah, he made about the same because they already got paid as well. Their employer. Wait, their employer is about to pay him right now. I think we'll do that right now. So, well, what's up, Huntington?
70?
Yeah, I'll go with you in a bit. I'm wrapping up a game
Oh.
in the middle. Yeah. So Mitchell, you do have to pay out actually the daily wages of Wright and of Michelito. So it's 20 coppers. You're at 130. And they get paid their daily wages from you at least, aside from the company pay. So this is your employment pay to them. So that's Wright getting 10. So you got 90. And then same with Michelito. Okay. And let's see. I think that's the entire crew paid out. Yeah. Crew's been paid. Unfortunately, I do have to head out early, guys, so won't have a post game. But if you do really need to do a post game, please post in the play-by-post channel, and I'll get back to you. Well, I'm gonna head out. So yeah, thanks for playing. Appreciate y'all.
Have a good one.
I'll see you at the next
Yeah.
Game next weekend.
Yeah, it
Thanks
was
for playing.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
something to say.